the first thing women notice? Your face. That's why you got to take care of. Simple things like getting a haircut, grooming your face, and brushing your teeth is important. But there's one thing guys miss and that women always notice. It's when a guy isn't taking care of his skin. That's why I'm so excited to have T. Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. T. Hanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Seriously, I don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: daily face wash, exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with an SPF 20 and a PM moisturizer. But and to make it dead simple for you guys, they provide an instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. But because T just sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description and get 40% off your first skincare system and free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll get 20% off for life. By the way, one of their new gift options is a silicone body scrubber, which is a $20 value and a complete game changer. Once you use this, you'll never go back to a regular loofah ever again. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
We put ourselves in this.
Going on, family? We can't tell me who we got. White. There's Fuller. Go up, Sean. Quick, anything. I go out, y'all. That's skinny. Myself. Yeah.
What up?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's good? What's good, people?
Super blessed. Super duper blessed.
I love
Yes,
it.
sir.
It's good to hear, man. Glad you guys are blessed. Shout out to the chat, man, that's already coming in. Do me a favor, as you guys come in, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Copy that, Sherm. I see it in the back chat. Shout out to the sponsor, T. Hanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. 40% off along with a free gift. And if you become a member, you get 20% off for life. That's T. Hanley. That link is in the description. Make sure you guys click that link and feel the teach. It's Men Skincare. If you are catching us on a replay, also hit the like button and welcome to you as well. I thank you guys for your constant support. It is much appreciated. A fantastic topic for you guys tonight. Situationships are replacing marriage. Situationships are replacing marriage. But before we dive into that main topic, we got a little icebreaker. I'm gonna open this up. Get us ready for the main topic. Who just dropped out? Who was that? Who was that dropped out?
I think Kenny.
I think it was the gooch. Yeah, I think it was the gooch.
I try to wait on Kenny, man. But how y'all doing, man? How was your weekend? Or you guys were checking out the Super Bowl? Are you guys disappointed as I am?
You must put some money up on them, huh?
Nah, man. I ain't put no money on it, man. But just I wanted them to compete. I wanted a good game. I just
didn't want to. I ain't want to three-peat.
They got whooped.
Yeah, they did get whooped, man. It's probably gonna be a shakeup, man. That's a tough loss for them, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to the Eagles. I know one person. Every time I think about the Eagles, Precious comes to mind. There she is, right there. See, I spoke up. That's probably the only reason why I wanted the Eagles to lose is because Precious. I hope talking about them, man. Never mentioned anything about the Bears, so
we coming. Don't trip. We coming, y'all.
Eagles up, man. I'm so mad they got the emoji. Somebody put the bear emoji in the chat for me, man, because
yeah, man,
we can use all that.
You know, I stay with it in this joint. Oh, another thing.
Yeah, I see you.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. It's gonna be worth something this year, Joe. It's gonna be worth something.
I hope so, man. So
You
that's
trying
what
to
Chicago
live?
always say, man. Like this our year. And then we see
This
them
just
get
feel
pumped.
different, Joe.
Then I looked at the Bulls. I looked at the Bulls score, and they was 72 to 20 something, 30 something.
Yeah, it was crazy work. I don't know what was going on there. We could have went out there and did that.
Yeah, exactly. But let me go ahead and get this icebreaker going, man, and then we'll get into it.
He offered you $50K a month to leave me. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Yo,
But
I don't like. Yo.
But I'm gonna call you got my kids.
Wait,
am
what?
I also taking the kids?
Yeah, you taking the kids.
Well, he didn't say that. What if he don't want kids in his house? Who am I to tell that man that he has to father my children also?
Yo.
He didn't include them in the package. I'm taking the package as is. I'm not amending.
So you would leave your kids?
I'm not asking no questions. I'm just gonna assume somebody offered you $50,000 a month.
I would not
leave
you.
me. Why?
Because I love you and I've built a life with you.
Well, then I would leave you for being a dumbass. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
That's wild.
$50K a month?
$50K a month, man.
Every month.
Every month.
For the rest of my life.
Rest of your
I don't
life.
have to do shit for it but leave.
You got to leave and be with that person, yeah.
Are you about to say something else that's gonna make me
No.
Like what's the bad? What are you talking about?
Well, damn.
Man, I guess everybody got a price, man. Go ahead, Sweeney. I see you came off the mic, man. I kind of like you excited about what was just displayed.
Bro, some women just need to learn how to fucking lie. God damn. Not everything need to be said. That's your husband sitting next to you, Joe. In front of the world, like in front of the whole world, you told this nigga, yeah, I'll cut out on you. Like, just learn to lie. Everything don't have to fucking be said. He know that you'll probably bounce on him for $50K a month. We all know that you might wind up doing that shit, but damn, you gotta say it too.
She said it with her chest too.
And then, like, exactly what that dude did is exactly what she should have did, because he lied too. He'd have cut out on her ass too. But he lied. Why? To spare her dignity and her feelings.
How much is
the
that?
dude laughing was her real husband?
Yeah, that's her husband, but I did hear another guy spoke about it, man. To me, it did. It's like he might have been laughing for pain. I mean, if you're in a moment right there where you're recording, and then she said something like that, I don't think that was a laugh. We thought it was funny. I just didn't think he didn't really know how to express himself after hearing something like that.
Man,
That's 600 bands a year.
I don't believe that any of that shit be real anyway. I feel like people be setting it up just to do it for clickbait. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna say this, you're gonna respond this way, and I'm gonna laugh. Because it's like his reaction wasn't genuine for a man that like got on one knee and proposed and walked down the aisle with a woman. You know
what was he supposed to do? Look
at her like, what the fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Same, like any dude will do that. Like, what the fuck you mean?
He was supposed to Bart Simpson her, Joe.
Huh?
No, you
He's
ain't
supposed to
never
Homeman Bart Simpson.
You ain't never seen on the streets, like when they ask, like when they do those street interviews, and a woman says something that's completely like that he don't expect her to say, and all the dude try to do is still like basically he just sitting there try to play it off cool, but
save
that
face.
shit stung. Yeah, I guarantee you that shit stung.
Yeah, I mean,
you see his eyes. You didn't see the eyes after the laugh. He was like,
You $50K a month to leave me. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Yo,
but
I don't like. Yo.
But I'm gonna call you got my kids.
Wait,
am
what?
I also taking the kids?
Yeah, you taking the kids.
Well, he didn't say that. What if he don't want kids in his house? Who am I to tell that man that he has to father my children also?
Yo.
He didn't include them in the package. I'm taking the package as is. I'm not amending.
So you would leave your kids?
I'm not asking no questions. I'm just gonna assume somebody offered you $50,000 a month.
I would not
leave
you.
Me. Why?
Because I love you and I've built a life with you.
Well, then I would leave you for being a dumbass. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
That's wild.
$50K a month?
$50K a month, man.
Every month.
Every month.
For the rest of my life.
Rest of your
I
life.
don't have to do shit for it but leave.
You got to leave and be with that person, yeah.
She said she would leave the
Are you
kids
about
too,
to say
bro.
something else that's gonna make me
No.
like what's the bad? What are you talking about?
Well, damn.
No, I don't believe
Alexa,
that.
Look,
Alexa,
Sweeney,
play
I've
these
been
hoes
I've been
ain't
saying
loyal.
it, man, for the longest, man. They don't give a damn about us, man. They don't give a damn about your black ass.
They don't even care about the kids, bro.
No, fuck them kids. It's your husband first. Fuck them goddamn kids. She said she willing to leave for that 50K. She don't give a damn about you. It only takes the right price. The $1 Million Man said it back in the late 80s. Everybody got a price, and that heifer showed her price. Look, I don't say he could sleep at night knowing I'm laying next to this woman. She might be trying to get my ass over for an insurance check, man. She
Hey,
might
yo,
be
Hank,
trying to poison him one day. And she
Hank,
don't have money home. She'll do anything for the dollar.
Hank, did
That's
she
600
hesitate?
bands a year.
Hell
I'm asking
no.
all did y'all see her hesitate?
She didn't roll her eyes. She didn't look
got
up in her
straight
eye
to
like
it.
she was thinking about nothing. She straight, hell no, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm out. Fuck you. And them goddamn kids.
Damn.
Man, you seem a little soft anyway, so shit, you know.
Everybody
Sure,
said
you the discipline right there, right?
It doesn't matter if he's soft or hard, man. It doesn't matter. The fact
Hey,
that the heifer
Sherm,
say yes.
you the
Everything
discipline
bad
right
for
there, huh?
the dude out there.
I wouldn't, nah, bro. I'm not no abusive person, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't react to it as being like humorous to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it
the
was,
you gonna look
podcast
hurt?
at that
you
moment.
said,
The
would I be hurt?
podcast
You gonna
was
look
over.
hurt? What
Hell
would be
yeah,
your
I'm gonna look
reaction?
hurt. Hell yeah, yes. Fuck that. You talking
No,
about love?
no, Outlaw, we can't hear you, bro.
That's better.
Yeah.
All right. I would have been like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy though? Look, I expect, and we can all just be honest up here. I'm sure the vast majority of women will probably leave a man for 50K a month. That's not the problem. We probably even understand that our woman would do it. The fact that you would be on the show and tell the world you would do that to me, that's where, like, God damn, man. That's what I mean by you got to learn how to lie. Like,
yeah.
That's
but
embarrassing.
she said it in front of him too, and his reaction was like bullshit to me. But
Man, bro, he was trying to save face, man. He was trying not to look hurt. That nigga was trying to save face.
yeah, but I mean, that's not even being authentic and being genuine. You know what I'm saying? It make you
Hey,
look dumber, you know?
Can we be real? Who gonna have a podcast like that with your wife anyway?
A soft nigga.
Well, yeah, they always be talking about like off the wall
Weirdo
ass topics and shit with them type of answers. So I expect for him to say something like that.
There's another podcast with a dude talking about stuff with his wife, and I just don't trust it, bro. Like all of it just doesn't seem genuine to me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Like
how
kind of like
open
that.
you gonna be with your woman sitting there? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like you ain't gonna really keep it real and raw and be yourself and be genuine. I mean, anything you say, you might mention some old shit like back in the day, my ex, and she looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's be real. Think all that shit a hoax. The only real shit I know is the Lapeef Network. You feel me? Especially
Let's go. See what he did there. I see what he did.
This is the only show I trust when I'm on it too. My nigga is really on. You feel me?
Like I've done shows, like I've done half my shows with my wife, but
word?
Yeah.
Oh damn, hold on, I'll take that back.
The majority, like my last show was with my wife.
But y'all don't go into that kind of weirdo shit.
No, we
right?
don't talk about that kind of shit. We like most of my shit was basically like we still had kind of virtually the same conversations we had over here, but it was me and a panel of other people. So it was like my wife was on, but it was other people on there too. We was just mostly just talking shit.
Were you talking about like, back in the day when you cheated on me, I was really hurt and shit like
Nah,
that. Was that you?
nah, that wasn't me.
Face.
That was not me.
That wasn't you.
Even if that did happen in my real life, you would never have me come up here and say that shit.
Now that I think about it, because I remember the cheek because I seen a tear coming down like this. So and it, I was just like you.
My thing is, bro, I'm never gonna I don't even like doing pods with like my people, like my daughter. I don't want her to come on one, my wife, because you're not gonna disagree with me on camera. Cause then you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I said. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna look crazy. No, hell no. Cut the camera, cut this shit off. What the you know what I'm saying? Now we got
I did one with my son. I did one with my son, and some of the questions they was asking, I'm like, man, I hope they don't ask too many inappropriate questions. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, some of them got a little reckless with the questions, but you know what I'm saying, it was pretty much tame. But you know, I did one with my son. I do it every season. So this you know, next basketball season we're gonna do another one. You know, season 3 with Lil Hink. So
I think that's a little different. I think I saw that too. Saw one. I think, which is to me, I feel like honestly, with your son is a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but like, you know, certain things like I'm just not. We're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife on no, my daughter no, no, because if you got conflicting questions and shit like that, we need to talk about that elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm sitting like
that
real
nigga he just don't want nobody to drop some bullshit. Like, hey, you remember that time when you did? You be like,
no, I don't want to look like a asshole laying a law down on my, you know what I'm saying, on my people on the show. You feel me? Like if I say this is what it is, it get to a point where this is what it is. We're not finna go back and forth about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just at some point hey, all right, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, at the Pod Fest, it was a little bit of that going on. And I'm like, hey, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about, Marcus? Yeah, I'm like,
yeah. I heard her in the back. She has a good comment.
Yeah.
Your wife funny though. She cool people. But look, I honestly think that their relationship is just set up in a way where they play with each other like this. I never seen them before on this podcast, but the amount of laughing he was doing, I done met couples who like tease each other and be like, nigga, I'll leave you for, you know what I'm saying? They just be playing though. I think that's how their relationship set up. They seem like they just giggle all motherfucking day. They might get high together and they'll laugh like a motherfucker all day or some shit like that. Like they just
they
like
homegirls and shit.
Yeah,
right?
like on some homies type shit.
That
shit. That was the vibe I was getting from that small clip.
That shit funny until she leave his ass for
real.
$5 a month. Ain't even 50. She gonna leave him for $5.
Same thing, make you smile, make you cry.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny until some dude slide in the DM say, hey, would you really leave him for, you know? I'm just saying.
I agree with Marcus. I think it's a combination of both, but I still think that shit hit him in the feels though. He tried to laugh that shit off. I think he expected her to the way that he answered that question when she asked him, you could tell that, man, that shit hit him in the feels. He expected her to lie to him. Shit, lie to me, goddammit.
I think it's one of them deals to like, I know a lot of guys that play around, you know, with the homies. They'll be on there like, man, shut your bitch ass up or something like that, talking to each other like that, even though they playing, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how they talk. Me, I've never been into that, man. Don't talk to me like that, because if you feel comfortable doing that, then if we do go there, or even if we don't go there and you doing that, you know, that's just an uncomfortable situation for me personally. But I know plenty of the guys that's how they play. So I get it, but yeah, no, that's a little too far-fetched, too far gone for me.
Bitch, just say you an old street nigga, bro. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't play that shit though. Like on some real, like I don't even like. It's just like put it this way. I got, you know, co-workers. I got homies that's like white, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't even like using the term nigga around them because I don't want them to get comfortable with saying it. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking it's okay. So it's the same way. I'm not going to call my homie a bitch or none of that. You know why? Because I don't want people to think they could do that. You dig what I'm saying? I don't play like that. I don't even like for my homie, like one time, my god brother, we over at my crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm barbecuing or something, and his cousin over there, they get into it, and his cousin calls my god brother a bitch. Hey, bro, you got to leave. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is this like my little god brother, but like, I want to slap you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play that. So, nah, we don't do that. I don't allow it around me. I don't want to be around it because I know how it makes me feel. Because you do it to me, now it's up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's
honestly,
there.
bro, even out here, that's automatic fighting words. Like, you hear that, you got to get down, bro. Like, there's no way around that shit. Like, the only pass I gave somebody was my uncle, you know? And I had to, like, I was having a good time.
He was drunk, wasn't he?
I was like, hey, hold on, my nigga. Like, nah, we about to cut this shit out right here, right now, bro. We don't play that. You know, we can joke about all kind of shit, but that bitch word, that's like a trigger. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you hear me?
Nah, some gotta.
You hear me call somebody that? You hear me call somebody that? That means I'm swinging next, or it's
matter of fact.
you know what I'm saying?
In college, I beat the fuck out of a Chicago nigga for calling me a bitch. He was like, "Sherm, you a bitch." And I was
Nigga,
like,
where you
right,
from,
cool.
man?
Nigga, it was like 30 degrees. I swear to God, bro, I put this on my life. I put this on my life. So it was 30 degrees outside. Nigga, I got a tank top on, and I tell his homie, I was like, "Hey, where your boy at?" Bro, as soon as he came outside, I took off on him. And I put that on my kids.
All right, where you
tall
from,
that
sir?
nigga was like 6'8". You know, I ain't that tall at all. You know what I'm saying? I still took off on him. That nigga ain't never talked to an LA nigga like that again in his life.
Hey, what up, cuz?
Your name is 4 Extra now. Look for that squad.
You know, it's funny. I went to high school with the same gang that he's from. Like, yeah, that's like the norm for me, the way he be acting. You know, everybody's surprised.
Wait, that's the norm for you?
Yeah, bro. Like I went to high school with the gang that he's from. I went to high school with them. Like his older homies are like my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Who? Wait, I missed it. Who you talking
Extra. About? So the gang that 4 Extras from 40s, I went to high school with that same gang. And you know, it was kind of surreal because I was coming from damn near like a different, you know, magnet school. And then when I checked into Crenshaw High, I'm in homeroom listening to a dude that's also from his gang talk about shooting at people, you know what I'm saying, during homeroom and shit. Like, we shot at the enemy's cousin, whoop-de-whoop this, you know? So to me, him acting like that, it's just like, well, shit, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But to the world, it's like, oh, damn, I know these niggas was that extra. Bro, they are that extra. For sure.
What you is, cuz?
I don't gangbang at all. Ain't no money in that, you know, but I did grow up in the Crip neighborhood and was raised around Crips. So I will say cuz because that's all I heard all my life, you know, cuz. Like everything is cuz. You know, you can put cuz in anything, you know what I'm saying? So when you're hearing it all the time, it's just gonna
Why
be
you
a
don't
part
say
of your
blood?
language. Nah. That's actually kind of awkward if I do hear that shit because I hear cuz so much.
Hey, don't let that nigga start lying to y'all. That nigga is a Crip. Yo, he's trying to nigga all money in.
All right, let's go ahead and get this main topic going, man. You guys haven't already hit that like button, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel. What's going on? Torrance Moore, Edward Gilbert, Erica, Shannon Duncan, AP. What's going on, brother? Elevated Mind Hiller. Seeing Samuel one.
I said this gonna be a short show.
Nah, I got some clips, man. DeAndre Cummins. You gotta be careful around y'all fellas, man. I was about to say something.
Hey yo.
Pause, man.
Hey, what Trevor? He out of town, ain't
he? Yeah, he out the country.
Yeah. He need to send us some videos, man. I gotta hit him up.
Yeah, I just got to. I talked to him on IG today.
Oh, word for sure.
Yeah. But let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and open this. I'm going to open this up, man, with this. Like, how do you gentlemen feel about sex before marriage? How do y'all feel about
You know what? I will like to speak on this first off. So I feel like when our grandparents was growing up, you know, they was getting married at like 15, 16. Like my grandparents were a teenage couple, and one of my grandmothers was pregnant in high school. You know, so it's like back then I'll be like, okay, cool, because you at your peak horniness when you were a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no way somebody's gonna go from a teenager to being damn near 40 and not have sex. You know, it's not possible. But as soon as we hit puberty, nature tells us, hey, bro, it's time to get some and, you know, have some kids. Besides what society tells us, this is what we feel natural. You know what I'm saying? The men and women, like we both in heat, the highest heat in our teenage, you know, younger years. But then we want to, you know, tell society that have kids when you're 28, have kids when you're, you know, 40 and shit, when everything's together. And that's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that's never really gonna happen unless that person's probably a fucking weirdo or something. You know what I mean? But I can't ever see that being the case.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that that's something that it's not realistic. I don't feel it's realistic. But going back to grandparents getting married that young, that's because back in the day we did have standards where if you was fucking and you got knocked up, your ass is getting married. You know what I'm saying? Where that shotgun at? You know what I'm saying? Shotgun weddings. You getting married. It was some standards. It wasn't all this, you know, frivolous fucking because birth control was here and my choice, my body, and all this. You know what I'm saying? They had an opportunity to, hey, if you fucking, you're probably gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You knock them up, yeah, y'all gonna be getting married. So
What's up, y'all? My name Coil. Fellas, I'm a long time watcher, you know.
what up?
I've been
What
on
up,
here
good brother?
probably like one time, you know. But yeah, on the topic, I ain't gonna lie. Probably a couple years ago, I probably would say, shit, you know, have sex. People gonna do what they do. Now, even though people gonna do what they do, I think that they shouldn't. Even though I still have sex, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But I would tell my niece, like, no, don't, you shouldn't be having sex. I would tell my nephews, like, bro, don't be having sex, and especially don't have no babies. It's that simple. Because if I would have listened to what they told me or what like my elders told me, then I think life would have been a lot easier. Life would have been a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
You got
And
shorties?
Yeah, I got 2 sons. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so this is one thing I credit one of my aunties for saying, because she didn't tell me not to have sex. She told me wear a condom. And my auntie is actually from the Bronx, right? So, you know, she got a very aggressive tone, and the way she used to say it was like, wear a condom, no babies, no babies. But it's more realistic if you tell me not to wear a condom. I mean, to wear a condom, because you know I'm gonna smash something. I'm a young, healthy man. You know I'm gonna try to get something. Like, that's what's going on. So do you think like it's a disservice for you to, you know, tell them not to do something when you kind of know that the flesh is weak and everybody falls short?
No, it's not a disservice. It's really just giving them the keys to life. Like, we don't listen because we really in the flesh and we're young and we don't know no better. And most of us don't got fathers. So it just be like, yo, I said this to somebody before, like the thing about not having a dad and you being a son, it's like your mama be more passive. So your mama be like, don't have sex, here the condom. If your dad don't want you to have sex, hey bro, we ain't doing that. I don't care what you're talking, we ain't doing that. Now, if your dad don't care, if he wants you to have safe sex, he gonna teach you how to, you know, put on a condom. This is what a condom is and all of that. But if it ain't going down, it ain't going down. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you think. This is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. Mothers is more passive with their sons, you know what I'm saying? So it's more like, okay, if that's what you're gonna do, well, then at least do it the right way.
I mean, I feel like men were way more passive in my family. I mean, not passive, but you know, they expect a man to go out there and conquer
and get it. Yeah, you know what I'm
saying? Like, that's
so my pops, bro, he knew who I would like. He knew what he was raising. You know what I'm saying? He knew I was a not shy young man, right? So he saw it at a young age that I would be trying to figure out what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So he prepped me. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. You know what I'm saying? I was groomed a certain way to make sure I was solid. You know what I'm saying?
Your ass
And
didn't listen at all.
what are you talking about, bro? I absolutely did. You know what I'm
This
saying?
nigga
I
had a
absolutely
kid at
did.
like 19. What the fuck?
By my wife though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's
same-
cool.
That's still you feel me? So you know
That nigga
shit.
was in the car like, damn, Joe, I got her pregnant. I remember that shit too. And I was like 15 looking at
Ain't
him
that
like,
that shit I was
nigga.
just talking about? Ain't that shit I was just talking about? I said, nigga, family get on there with you. They just gonna start talking
all this shit.
Man, as soon as you get a family,
Nigga
dog,
said,
man,
my
you
dad
weren't
told me
following
to
his
wear a
shit.
condom, do this, do that.
Listen
But I
to
got
none
a
of
girl
that shit.
pregnant at 18.
But here's the thing. That's still for me, that was way different. You know what I'm saying? We was together for like 3 years before that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like
High school don't count.
hey, it was counting in. This shit, you know what I can say?
Yeah, but I'm gonna just keep it. Is you what? How do you say your name again?
Coil.
Coil. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep it real, man. Like, there's no way in fucking hell anybody could have told me anything that would not make me want to get some, bro. Like at that time, like there's
Facts, I feel you. I'm the same way.
you got all these options. You got girls trying you. Women are
Testosterone
curvy.
is
You know, it's
crazy.
like your mind ain't even. You feel me? You damn near
No,
about to go
fact.
crazy when you that young, looking at women and being tempted and not getting none. And
But
I
that's the
remember,
but
bro.
that's the thing though. Just because your body may want it, don't mean that you should do it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the a lot of the problems that we have in our community, I won't even say in our community, I just think in the United States in general as people, is a sexual problem. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people who got sexual addiction, people who got kids, people don't know how to take care of their kids. We got STD problems. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, the easiest way to fix that is just to be like, hey man, stop fucking. Because all that people that had condoms
is for you to
for
get
years.
married and probably have less partners.
That too.
And stop
That
being
also.
promiscuous. You do
All right,
not
y'all, let me
have
get
to stop having sex for that to happen.
Let me get some of the other folks in there. Go ahead, Kenny. I know Kenny was trying to get in there.
Coil, when I hear you talk regarding that, I'm hearing do as I say, not as I do. But then again, how do you enforce it if you don't even follow those doctrines and tenets? Like you said, you have 2 kids, right?
Yep.
So now I'm a young bull, and I'm like, so wait, you ain't do it that way. So why is your message supposed to resonate to me? It sounds like you just talking, but I'm seeing the results of your actions.
Well, the thing is, if my sons was to say that to me, I would say a wise man don't learn from their mistakes. They also they don't only learn from their mistakes, they learn from other people's mistakes. And then my sons,
He gonna be like, Daddy, I'm a mistake.
Nah,
see, it's not about mistake. It's about not do as I say, not do as I say and not as I do. But I'm your father, so
no, I wasn't focusing on your children.
Okay.
I said that was your general message.
Yeah.
To the question answered. So it actually is do as I say, not as I do, because you don't follow those tenets. So now you have an epiphany in your life, and you don't have the results to show them that I did it the right way. So
well,
now,
who would I be speaking to? Because that's if it was a man, I would say, bro, you sound like a woman. Why you? Is it right or is it no? Yes, I might have had sex with a girl yesterday. I know I probably shouldn't have, but that don't mean that you should be fucking everything that you see walking. Just be like that. Don't just because somebody may do heroin and they could still tell you, bro, this ain't the way to go.
Coil, but you say so. You got 2 sons, right? You know what I'm saying? You say you might have just did it the other day, but that don't mean that you should. So you, even as an adult male, can't really exercise that self-control. So how would you tell a young man that isn't an adult to exercise that self-control when hormones are running rampant, even more so? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't. That was just an example when I said the other day. It wasn't actually truthful. You know what I'm saying?
I think the easiest answer for this is simply making them aware of what comes with it, right? Yeah, I had sex before marriage when I was younger, but I've also, from the result of that, I had to take on the responsibility of 2 children. I also potentially complicated the relationships that I had with these women. I clouded my judgment from this, because we all know that sex absolutely does that with women, and especially in relationship, right? We see a lot of young men now crashing out over some cooch, you know what I'm saying? And it's simply because they got it. It could be trash cooch and they'll still crash out over it. But this, I think if we point out the cons of doing that, and also highlighting the pros of holding out, I think that that's the best way for us to convey that message. Because just as everybody said, realistically, that's an extremely difficult task to fight off the flesh, especially when you got a lot of these heathens walking around in lingerie in public, and on top of us having direct access to it on our cell phones at every point. So the only thing that we can do is educate them on the pros and the cons of what all comes with sex. Yes, this is something that you can indulge in that's going to last you 20 minutes. But guess what? You might end up getting a baby. You might end up getting up pregnant. This broad might be crazy, and now you done triggered something in her. She might burn you. Is all of these things that comes with it. So I think that a lot of the young men or young people in general, or shit, even motherfuckers our age, they don't understand what all comes with it. And I think just explaining that will
So
catch
I
it.
think the hard part is, and this is kind of what Kenny was speaking to, is that, and I can understand what Khalil said when he said a wise man learns from another man's mistakes. When you make a mistake, you tend to deviate from the decisions that you made that created that mistake. But if you're a man watching another man, and that man tells you don't do this, but they're actively doing the very thing they're telling you not to do, that's where I think Kenny is talking about. How do you reconcile that? How do you look somebody in the eye and tell them don't do this? This comes with this many problems, yada yada yada, while at the same time saying, well, I'm still doing it. They're gonna look at you and be like, well, if you can do it, I can do it.
But that goes to his point though. If you know somebody doing heroin and he nodding off and, hey, Sweeney, don't ever do this, but he nodding off. If your silly ass go and still do heroin,
there's a difference between heroin and sex, bro. We're talking about that nigga ain't looking sad and nodding off saying, hey, bro. That nigga with a smile on his face, smashing something down the street, then come back down the street and tell you, hey, bro.
But when they taking all of his child support checks and he can't see his kids and he in family court, that is him nodding off.
But if you do this right, think of it
is that your circumstance?
No, man. Come on, you don't gotta personalize everything, man. You'll learn it if we get on here talking
about a question. No, you will learn how to.
But you do this a lot, man. Okay.
By asking you questions, qualifying your statements. It's just a conversation, as JR would say. So it's not a feminine quality to hold you to the things you say, because it actually is do as I say, not as I do, because you're a poor example of showing them that I did it the right way. You understand?
No, I wasn't saying that.
You not only did it once, you did it twice. So when did you learn?
I wasn't saying that it's a feminine quality to do that. I was saying, listen. I said it is a response of a woman to be worried about what somebody else is doing when you should be doing the right thing. That's a response of a woman to be saying, oh, they doing it. I would tell a man Why you worried about what he doing? You should be doing the right thing. Just because he fucking a lot of chicks don't mean you.
I think the
should be
difference
doing-
is if you're coming from a mentor perspective, you're telling somebody don't do something while actively doing the very thing that you're telling them not to do. Not only that, but with a smile on your face. How do you reconcile telling that person, hey, this is bad for you, don't do this, and then still be doing it? That would make like to just to put yourself in the mind of the person that's watching it. They would never believe you. They would never like. Granted, you can sit here and say, all right, let's say, you know what I mean, there's this nigga down there that got 3 baby mamas and 5 kids. But then he'd be like, well, and Kenny would ask, is that your situation? Well, no, that ain't my situation. I'm good. Okay, then. So that meant like I had to hold on, wait. So that meant, well, then, Coel, I can have the same situation as you. I don't have to have the situation where the dude with 5 baby mamas. I could be just like you, where I could go out here and smash something and not make 5 baby mamas and a bunch of child support payments. You hear how if you're active, it's hard to
I get that. Yeah, I get that for sure.
That's called the Sweeney. That's called the do as I say, not as I do.
That's what Kenny said it was.
But
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
but
I
even
feel like
still that's still being irresponsible. Like I hear what y'all saying, but that's still on the person that's receiving the information. That's them being irresponsible. If I tell you that, hey, if I'm barbecuing and I'm picking meat off of the grill, and I say, hey, this is hot, don't do this. And that person goes and do it because they see me doing it. I've built up the tolerance to do it.
What?
The
hell are you talking about?
I'm saying,
so much
I'm
that
saying
he don't feel that
you
shit.
said I couldn't use the heroin. You said I couldn't use the heroin.
It's too early in the show for your toaster to be overheating.
Stall him out. Stall him out, Gooch. Stall him out.
It's just a different example. Since I can't use the heroin, I don't see how it's different. If,
let me say this.
Somebody,
let me say this.
You gotta do it.
I got another.
On to the next topic, guys.
So if somebody dropped out of school and they're telling you, hey, whatever you do, don't drop out of school, and you go and drop out of school, whose fault is that? For you not taking the
bro? It's like,
but there's a difference because.
But hold on. The thing is, and this is why I think it's fucked up, because this all came about me saying we should tell people not to have sex when that's really the right thing to do. But everybody just got everybody in their mind has such a they just want to fuck. So it's just like, oh no, we can't do that. People gonna want to fuck anyway. So if they gonna do it, how you gonna do it? You have sex. How you gonna tell people not to have sex? I'm not saying I don't have sex. I'm just saying in reality, the question was posed: do you believe in premarital sex? And I'm just saying the world would be a better place if people wasn't having sex with a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of premarital sex. That's all I'm saying.
Coel,
you said don't have sex at
all,
though.
I have no problem with testing the waters before I invested. I did that with my wife. It is what it is. But one thing, what I did with my son, man, look, I know it's going to happen. He going to get some ass. He going to get opportunities. I got to make sure my son's educated. I got to make sure my son knows how to put on a condom properly. So I did what I had to do. I showed him how to put on a condom. I told him the consequences. Every time you lay down with a woman, every time you taking no chance on getting her pregnant. You don't want to be a teenage father. I've been down that road. I was 20 when I had my daughter. You don't want to go down that road if you don't have to. It's not a road you want to go down, because now it's not about you no more. It's about that child. So you got to teach them all the pitfalls, all the consequences, all the other things that could possibly happen if he was to do that. So that's how I did it. I mean, people do it how they want. You can sit there and say, don't have sex, man. Guess what? When people told us not to do something, shit, we went even harder try to get it, try to do it. We know it. When we was young, we did it. Don't do this. And guess what we did? We did exactly what they told us not to do. So I believe in educating your children, letting them know what it is, let them know the consequences, let them know the outcomes could possibly be, the scenarios that could possibly be if you go down this road and you mess around and get one of these tack kids pregnant.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
just to
man,
kind
I'm
of
never gonna be the one to. My bad. You got it.
no, I was gonna say just to kind of sum it up a little bit, man. If I had to lean on the side to pick one we having this conversation, it would probably be to lead by example. And I know it may be difficult because we probably already, committed to doing something we weren't supposed to be doing, and so now we're trying to preach to our children and trying to catch them up. Like, look, you don't want to do this. If they don't see you do it, it's a possible chance that it'll work for them. But I'm gonna use an example of you sitting in the car and your child sitting in the back and they watching you bite your nails, and then they start biting their nails, and then you tell them don't bite their nails, and then kids will do it. But you bite your nails, or but Dad, I see you do this. So they do speak up, and they are watching you, even though you don't think they're watching you. But anybody that's have young kids, they watch you at an early age because this is what they're doing. They just observing. I mean, think about when they're in the backseat, they're looking out the window, they're looking everywhere, they noticing things. Green light, red light. As they get older, they just start talking because they're watching everything. So they're watching you, they're listening to your conversations, they listening to the shows that you're watching. So all that ratchet shit you watching, Zeus and VH1 and all, they're listening. So they're not stupid. But you do have to me, in my opinion, if I had to lean, I would say you have a better chance. It's not a guarantee. Nothing in life is a guarantee. But if you want to at least try to strengthen it and you want to lean in a certain direction, I would say lean on the part of leading by example and just hope for the best after that point.
I wanted to add. I was going to add
how
to
do you
it.
do that?
Basically, in Coel's situation, right? Let's say that's the message he would preach, right? Then he will walk the journey with him. That's how you would do it. If you truly wanted those kids to believe what you said, you will walk the journey. You will be the first one to walk the journey. And then they will be able to follow you. Even if you made the mistake in the past, even if you have kids out of wedlock, even if you can say, look at my mistakes and look how I'm walking now. This is the man you follow. But you can't be the one that's still pissing and shitting all over the place and telling somebody don't be pissing and shitting all over the place. At that point, they're going to look at you as a hypocrite. But if you're trying to walk the path if you're actively trying to walk the path that you're trying to preach to them, they're more likely to follow you. They're more likely to listen to you.
No, facts.
At the end of the day,
I
man,
believe that.
I
believe
we're
that.
talking about like a human emotion, bro, like a hormone, a signal to your brain that is telling you have sex. Like, I'm not sure if y'all have sons, but you might catch your son playing with himself at like 3 or 4 years old. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what the fuck? And the mom's like, what do I do? It's like, shit, I don't know. Like, Al Bundy did the shit on this show. I don't know where the fuck this kid learned this shit from. You know what I'm saying? But his thing is hard and he playing with himself at 3, bro. 3, 4 years old.
But then that's why we got to push marriage in our community also. We push marriage and family. That's the best way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we push it young and all that. I was just saying the best possible way for society, bro. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm the champion for no sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying the best way for society. I was just answering the question,
Yeah, let me check with Marcus real quick. Marcus, got anything you want to add before I go ahead and play this clip?
You can come to me at the first question after the clip.
All right, I got you.
I got kind of on a tangent. I was wondering.
All right, let me get to the super chat. What man will tell you $10? Says, my dad told me the issues with baby mamas, and I saw it. You have to be stupid to not listen. 40 with no kids, be responsible.
I got a question. Cool question. So let's say Sweeney, you smoke cigarettes, right? And you're telling this young guy, hey, don't smoke cigarettes because I gotta go get a trach because I smoke cigarettes, right? And this young man continues, or he starts smoking cigarettes. Is that not on him to take heed to the advice that you was giving him, regardless if you're still smoking cigarettes or not?
Yes, it's on him. Hold on, wait. It is on him, but it's also your responsibility as well to be held to the advice that you give. So while it's also on him to heed to your advice, it's also on you to heed to your own advice. There's a reason why when they talk about people, there's a reason why when they pair you with when you Alcoholics Anonymous and all of that, they pair you with people who've been down that road, but they're actively also walking the journey. Is that they see somebody who's going down a path that they might be going on, or if they have not gone down that path, and they see, okay, that person is walking this journey, and they're telling me to follow them down this path. So yeah, it's both of y'all responsibility. It's the responsibility of the person giving the advice as well as the person that's listening to that advice to both adhere to the advice given.
That's cap.
Right.
I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that. Go ahead.
Look, so y'all gotta remember though, this is also not the same thing, bro. It's not your natural desire to want to smoke cigarettes.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, this is something that is in you, right?
That's
and we're trying to put a moral compass on top of something that's natural. Everybody morals ain't set up the same way. If you know what I'm saying,
and this is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Look, if you are right, if you are on a island, what's that movie back in the day? It was a movie called The Blue Lagoon, right?
So you fight for premarital.
Hold on. Look, it was listen. It was a movie called The Blue Lagoon, right? It was two kids that was stuck on an island. Brooke Shields and I forget the boy name. You know what I'm saying? First, they were like 7-8 years old when they got stuck on the island. They knew nothing of it. They knew nothing of procreation or none of that. But when they became a certain age, it was a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? They weren't worried about getting married and this, that, and the other. Because at the end of the day, in nature, we're simply animals. You know what I'm saying? We've added all this moral fortitude to it. Oh, you have to wait until you do this and you do that. Bro, your body is naturally going to want to do this. You will figure it out without any other outside influences. If you put a young male and a young female together, at some point they're going to figure it out, regardless if they want to or not. So that's not, you can't compare that to somebody saying don't smoke a cigarette and this, that, and the other. That's something different. That's not the same type of plan.
Law, it's you're being influenced. As teenagers, we're influenced to want to have sex. Because we're going to hold on, let me finish. Because we go to parties and we juking on girls, we dry humping. That shit be
because bomb at that age, don't it? Don't it feel good? But don't it feel good though when you doing that? Do it feel good or not?
But that's you being influenced. So
no, it's not.
If that's,
it feel good.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So if that's the case, that it feels good, we're justifying it because it feels good. It feels good to smoke a square.
No, it don't.
It feel good. It feel good to drink a beer.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So it's the same way that I agree. Yes, we are primal. We do get to the point where we want to relieve ourselves, but you can go rub one out, bro. We was all rubbing one out before we got some cheeks.
That's not the point, Joe.
My thing is the point.
Even if you're not influenced, you're going to want to have sex, bro. Without any outside influences.
That's what I'm saying, though. But if that's the case, nobody is forcing you to go and lay with a female. You can go rub one out and be on your way.
Who the fuck
do that all the time? You think these young boys gonna rub one out before they want the real thing, man? How long you think that's gonna last?
Right. Hold on, my you rub one out, you don't care, you don't want it no more.
My thing is, look, the thing is, why are we fighting so hard and we already know that sex is just a big problem in general. We already know that people gonna have sex, but what is the big pushback? We know people gonna have sex. It's like you fighting for it. It's like this. I hate the internet shit because you're talking about in nature or we know that if we was in nature, but my nigga, if you had a daughter, my nigga, you don't want your daughter out there figuring it out whenever it feel right to her, nigga. You want her to find the best man that she can and make it work. You don't want your daughter just figuring it out and popping her little thing whenever she get the natural feeling.
The whole thing about it is that
hold on. That's a perfect transition right there, man. We're about to get into the situations. Situationships are replacing marriage. I'm going to put his first clip.
And you meet a woman and she requires that y'all have sex because she want to try to ride out before marrying you, I don't curse, but she's a whore. Point blank period, meaning harlot. She's a harlot. Any woman that want to require the ride and say, well, what about Tony? What about the man? Stop worrying about the man when I'm addressing a woman. Stop worrying about a woman when I'm addressing the man. Worry about you, loose booty. Worry about you. If you are whorish, then you need to look yourself in the mirror and you need to address that. And stop trying to pass the blame. Oh, well, the man sleeping with the woman too. No, you sleeping with yourself because it's you that's going to be carrying the baby. See, that's why it's worse for a woman, because a man can deposit into a woman and take off with his life. A man could deposit into a woman and he's not responsible for that baby. He can make money under the table. The woman has to carry that child for 9 months, visibly, 10 months all together. The woman got to bear that C-section or pushing that baby out. The woman have to bear a possible stillborn, a possible miscarriage, a possible deformity in the baby, possible special needs in the baby, postpartum, body falling apart, body tore up from the floor up. The woman has to bear all of that. So if a woman is ignorant enough to require that a man sleep with her before marriage because she want to try to rock the ride, she want to see how big his thing is and how he get down in the bed, there is no other thing other than her being a harlot. She is a harlot because that's not a woman's nature. And I'm telling you, because I done met and dealt with countless women. So for those of y'all women who you think that's normal, no, that's you and your loose booty friends. That's not normal. You in the wrong circle. I'm here to tell you as a man, I done dealt with so many women who do not get down like that. They don't move like that.
All right, so we're talking about situationships, and Tony Gaskins was speaking on loose booty women and how they want to try it out before marriage, and that's contributing to the situationships. I know. I think he must have dropped off. He's in the back. Let me check. Oh, there he is. No, he's right there. So I know Coel was speaking about it too. Like the men are having sex as well. Law said it's in our nature to do it, but we still creating these situationships, and then the men have a choice whether they want to stay or not. So it's like we circling back around, but it's still not leading up to marriage. But what are you guys' thoughts about what Tony said so far and what's been discussed from the people on the panel?
I think it's some bullshit.
So I think that I think he's right about men and women aren't the same, right? And that the woman investment in sex and the investment in creating a baby is going to have a much more dramatic effect on her life. And if a man ain't right, it could be optional in his. So at all costs, that's why, I'm definitely teaching my daughters to abstain from sex until marriage. But I'm not teaching my son that. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I am. Like I think that the young men kind of have to go through like a rite of passage and then be able to deal with women. And if he never dealt with no woman and this is his first time getting some and dealing with, I don't feel confident that he'll have the skill set to make a relationship work, because he might go crazy after his first piece of, you know what I'm saying? And now he's doing stalker shit.
Both of those ideologies are at odds with each other, bro.
What you mean?
Because one inherently creates the other problem. By telling men that they shouldn't wait, it inherently creates the problem when women won't.
I'm telling you what I'm telling my son.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that both of those ideologies are literally at odds with one another, because if you tell men hey, you got to go out there and soil your royals before you get married because you won't know how to deal with a woman. Who are they going to be sleeping with?
Exactly.
The women that's already sleeping with people. So I wouldn't tell him to go up for virgins, but it's whole.
But you see, but Marcus, you see the conundrum. Then you see he got to get something from somewhere. That's the conundrum.
The loose booties.
So if we
Mark's gonna catch some loose booties out there.
So here's the thing. This is what y'all gotta.
If we exist in a space where virgins exist, and everybody a virgin, then I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna have to bite the bullet and stay a virgin. But if we're not in that world, then I'm not telling myself.
And here's the thing: you got to remember too. It's very different ball games when we speak about this. As a man, a man is only valued by what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And also, it takes a man to build something of himself in order to get some.
That's a fact,
right? You know what I'm saying? You have to be something. So it's a different ball game. A man has to make something of himself versus a woman just has to be, right? So what you do is you hold on, Viz. Right. You teach your daughters to value themselves a certain way, and you teach your boys to make themselves valuable. It's just different.
By racking up bodies.
Well, not necessarily racking up bodies, but you want to make yourself of value and then have some knowledge. So that way you're not treated as a simp, or you know how to deal with women because they are already coming with their value. They already have their value, right? So once they're already on this pedestal, you need to understand how to adapt to such pedestals. You need to understand how to carry yourself so that you aren't the one being manipulated. You aren't the one being mistreated because they know they have their value already. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You raise boys and girls very different.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know how it pertains to the conversation, because the only way to do that with what we're talking about is for him to rack up bodies.
I've never been the one. I've said from the jump that I'm not into I'm not telling anybody not to have premarital sex or whatever the case may be. My thing is protect yourself. Make sure because it's going to happen anyway. You'd be a fool to sit up here and think you're going to tell someone not to. I'm not preaching that. I'm preaching protect yourself, value yourself.
So long. When I was 16, me and my girlfriend in high school moved in together. And
whoa.
Straight up. Yeah. So when I was at that age, I had access to sex every single day. It removed the value of me being a horn bucket, running after women and getting put in situations where I'm chasing sex so hard that I put myself in bad situations. I transplant that information and just coexisting and dealing with a woman, into how I could function in other relationships. Without that key portion of my life, I don't think I'd be the same man. And I don't think I would be in a relationship where I don't have no fights and all these issues don't exist. Because I wouldn't know how to separate women. I wouldn't know how to vet for different personality traits. I wouldn't even know how to structure a relationship in a way where, hey, no disrespect is coming from me and the damn sure ain't gonna be coming from you. I wouldn't know how to set that up and stand on it like, shit, if you can't get down with this and you leave, that's fine because I'll find somebody else. Like being able to sit on that line where you're trying to draw a boundary is 100% one of the most important things, because a lot of the issues that men be going through is strictly because they don't have the balls to walk away from the woman, and she know that shit, so she could try him knowing he ain't gonna create a consequence behind it.
But Marcus, and again, I understand what you're saying, but is the only way that a man understands his value, because the way for you to be able to say that you understand your value. So are we saying that the only way for men to understand their value is by accumulating bodies?
No, I'm saying the only way to understand and deal with women is to deal with women. And if your first relationship is a marriage and you don't know how to deal with women going into that marriage, I think you're up for a bigger problem than if you got someone before you got married. That's just my personal opinion and what I would teach my son. Ain't nobody else wrong. I'm just saying that's That's how I
So
view it.
and I think again that kind of inherently creates the problem, right? Is because we're inherently creating a degenerate group of people, and then now we're trying to protect them from the degeneracy of that group of people. So if you because if you raised women to act like women and you raised young men to act like men, their first relationship should be that way. If we were raising them right. The problem is that we're not raising them right. We're raising them in degeneracy, and then we're trying to create placeholders and policies to protect them from the very degeneracy that we're allowing them to be a part of. For example, telling your young son, okay, to use Marcus's argument, there's always a chick with her legs open. Fair. But do you want your son to deal with the chick that always has her legs open? Because the chick that always has her legs open also comes with always has her legs open problems. It comes with STDs. It comes with illegitimate children. It comes with crazy. It comes with a lot of things that you would subject them to, versus just saying find you a good woman to begin with, and find you a good, you know what I mean, woman that's grounded in morals and with just grounded in morals, and then you can get on down the road. But if you telling him soil your royal oats, you already start to open them up to the additional problems you're trying to protect them from.
Yeah, and one thing I would say,
how many good women you think are good girls do you think you're gonna find in high school? Man, these girls are getting
why do you need to get it in high school? That's the problem. Is we're telling them it's okay for you to get it in high school, but only deal with the
middle school, sweetie, they not waiting to high school.
Okay, your
so
libido.
So because they're not waiting, they're saying we're okaying it.
Okay, no, we're not okaying it. You just need to know how to protect yourself and deal accordingly, bro.
When is your sexual drive high?
One mic, so they can hear us. One mic.
We just heard Marcus say, "I'm telling my daughter to practice abstinence, but I would not tell my son." That's conflicting. That's conflicting advice, and he's literally creating the very problem that we're trying to. I'm not talking about if you're talking about trying to protect your son and telling them to protect themselves and let them know the problems that exist and giving them advice. That's one thing. But if you're actively telling your son it's okay for him to go out there and do that, or you're not actively preaching to him that he shouldn't do it, that's a whole nother problem.
But Sweeney, he is right. You're right, and he is right. Because a woman's value is between 18 and 35. 35, anything past that, if she chooses to get pregnant, is geriatric. A woman's value starts when she's developed. The world is given to her. Men accrue their wealth. There's a limited amount of time where a woman has her highest value, in between 18 to 35. Men accrue their value over time. So is he wrong for telling his daughter, hold on to what is valuable? Because you have a certain period of time where men have till they all up in their 60s and 70s to keep playing.
No,
is he wrong for protecting that seed that has a limited amount of time to be valuable?
He's absolutely right to protect his daughter, but he's also wrong for telling his son the opposite information.
Sweeney, men and women aren't the same, bro.
But the thing is that our decisions may not yield to the same results. Women got different consequences, but there are consequences nonetheless. There is consequences for men behaving degenerately and practicing sex outside of marriage. There are definitely consequences for our actions. We're seeing them today.
Well, just because you have sex out of marriage doesn't mean that you're being a degenerate. Now, it can be degeneracy, but it doesn't mean automatically you're just being a degenerate if you're just having sex.
So now is the leniency that we're giving or we're telling young boys to have, is that not a part of why kids are having sex in middle school now?
Exactly. Yep. We're literally creating a problem.
No, the environment, the environment and the messages they use is the problem. Because when you're young,
that's what I'm talking about.
Your sex drive is the highest at what ages? Your sex drive is the highest at what ages? Do you know that?
13.
So again, if we're telling young men to give into their flesh, to give into their primal urges, is that not creating the very environment that kids are in now to where they're having sex in middle school.
No.
I'm saying, look,
Because
let's can we hold on, Kenny? I'm my bad, bro. Just real quick, I just want to say this. Can we all stop looking through history through rose-colored glasses and remember when you were 13, 14? I don't give a fuck what you told me. I was going to get it. I don't care what you said. I don't care. I went to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, and Friday. I don't give a fuck what you saying. I'm gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop with the what we tell them, bro. We know it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? My bad, Kenny P.
I didn't have. I ain't have sex until I was 17. When I was 13, I was worried about sports. Nigga, I was trying to be the best on the basketball team. I was playing. I was outside in the streets playing football. I
17 is still young, bro.
Hold on, just because it didn't happen don't mean he didn't try. Now, did you try?
How long?
You probably just wasn't successful, but you for sure tried, bro.
How long?
I ain't tried. I can't even
you
say
didn't
that
try
I
to
tried.
have sex until you were 17.
Was I going out to the parties and juking and all the other shit? Absolutely. Was
you trying? When was your first time?
Girlfriend,
when was the first time you was like kissing a girl and was like, all right, I'm gonna try to take it there?
Shit, 11.
Okay, then exactly, bro.
Wait.
But I wasn't trying to have sex though. But I wasn't having sex though. That's two completely different things.
One mic. Here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. Is we're the adults in the room, right? We get it. Kids gonna do kid shit. People are gonna do dumb shit if you let them. We understand kids are gonna make mistakes, but if you are the adult in the room, your job is to tell them right from wrong. And if they make decisions, you dole out consequences if they need to be had, and you advise them to the best of your ability. But you as the parent shouldn't tell them, hey man, I know you're gonna go out there and get it anyway. It's all good. Go fuck at 13, but here's a condom though. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tell them, this is not what you're supposed to do, but here's how you protect yourself. You're supposed to tell them that they're not supposed to do it. God even understands that we're human, we of the flesh, and we all of this. But the first thing he tells us, this is what you're not supposed to do, and this is what you're supposed to do, but here's how you protect yourself.
All right, let me play this other clip right quick. Hold on.
The school telling our kids that they can turn into trans and that they can date other men. I'm telling them you can go get women. I don't think my message is that.
All right, let me play this clip. Hold on, let me get to this super chat. We did have Harrison Davis. Remember, for 30 months, says salute. Thank you there, Harrison. AP, accountability partner, $20 says, y'all are struggling to see the forest through the trees. The reason Marcus is on to something is, imagine a scenario where women are saying no and men are always hunting. Then we end up with a married society.
You still don't tell the man to go out there and do it.
He just said that he was telling his son to go sow his royal oats.
He's telling them to go get it. He's actively telling his son to go hunt. That's wrong.
Go get it.
All right, y'all. Let me play this clip.
Especially if the nigga's 6'7", I'm sure his son gonna be over 6 foot. That's easy.
Here we go.
Why you think sex matters is because you don't have real love. Sex matters when you need somebody who got good enough sex to please you and make you get off on the sex alone. When you have real love, the conversation is better than an orgasm. When you have real love, the cuddling is better than an orgasm. When you have real love, just quality time, being in each other's presence is better than an orgasm. And I'm telling you, I done had plenty of orgasms. I'm telling you, it don't matter what you do sexually, how kinky it is, how crazy it is, don't nothing feel better than real love. Situationships are sexual relationships outside of marriage. That's how I'm defining it. You don't have a real commitment. You're not under any vows. It's not until death does us part. It's none of that. It is none of that. And that's what you got to realize and understand. So you got to get to a place to where you start to grow up and you start to date intentionally. And you set a standard for your life. And you only deal with a person who wants what you want. Don't deal with somebody who you got to convince, who you got to sell, who you got to force. Don't deal with somebody who you got to do all that with.
Man, if he don't get his ass out of here.
I'm gonna make love to your mind. I don't trust no Negro with light eyes, man. They always got to
Man,
hustle.
it's like it be the
Get your-
niggas that know that they was on that type of time when they was young, and now they
Yo,
get
this
older
is sacrilege.
and shit. Like, calm down.
you
Now
gotta
it's
watch.
like, well, you know, this is the vert, bro. Shut the fuck up. You was
He's
not on that
standing
type
there.
of time.
Get him, Sherm.
He was
Yo,
not on
my
that type of
sex is
time when he was
nasty.
younger, bro.
Yeah.
Well, like he did say that he wasn't that he had his phase, right? But this is what he said. Almost what Sweeney's saying, right? It comes a time where I guess people go through a growing pain. And so now that if he's not living his life like that, then do you think it's okay for him to preach that message?
Bro, he never he's trying to preach a message that he didn't do, bro. Like, you had your phase, you had the kinky sex, you got out there. And now after you did what you did, what I personally think abroad hurt your feelings, so you anti this, anti that. Maybe she cheated on you with other niggas. Now you over here talking about, so where the woman's vert, bro. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. There is no woman.
But see, this is
Nah,
the
bro, hold on.
see, this is the thing,
He's
bro.
bullshitting because
But-
think
but
about this, bro.
my thing
Men are
is,
the
bro,
ones. Men are the ones that have to enter the vagina. If there's a woman and a man, and you deny the man sex versus the woman sex, it's good. You're gonna get two different outcomes, bro. A woman could be like, okay, I'm okay. A nigga gonna be sitting there like, God damn, nigga, I gotta get this shit off, you know? Like, come on, bro.
I don't think he's talking about being denied sex within marriage. I'm assuming that he comes
No,
from
he's basically saying that if a woman does this before marriage, then she loses her value. I don't believe that shit. That's what we didn't talk about in the previous video. Now he's saying this. It's like, bro, come on, my nigga. Like, what is your deal about you not having women? Like, it's something about him and a woman's sexuality.
He's a Christian.
My thing is, bro, we know that's the right thing to do. We know
Like
we
he said, like he's steadily
moral.
pressing,
Bro,
he's steadily pressing the woman, bro. It's like, oh no, you got a whole like nigga. Don't put your dick in her, and nobody will have sex. In order for you to have sex with a woman, your dick has to get hard, and you have to sit there and go to work, bro. You could tell men not to do that. Like, this nigga's full of shit, and a broad probably hurt his feelings, and now he in his feelings.
What's the difference between what he just said and what Marcus said he would tell his daughters?
Okay, listen, here's the difference. He done had his fill. And now I got an epiphany that you got to live this way. You understand? You done ran your frequent flyer miles up. Now you holy and righteous. After you done was the great homemaker. You
Does
know
that
how
make
many girls
anything
got
he
the
said
chance
less
to buy
true?
his light eyes? Now he got a different message he want to push to you. Nigga, please.
Does that make anything he said less true?
It don't, but
Bro,
it
we
don't,
add
but it
facts
don't.
on this show right now, bro.
Wait,
'Cause
wait.
we just had a conversation with Coyle about leading by example. Did we get somebody that says that he's leading by example? And now we're like, oh, throw all that shit away.
Well, no, Sweeney.
I just didn't like all that soft ass bullshit he was saying.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
don't
know
want to
you
hear
don't.
that. You know what I'm
but-
saying? Like,
but
man,
like-
shut up with all that shit, man.
Hey, yo, Law,
Like,
pieces of
I
what he
kinda-
said was
conversation better than sex. Shut
Nah,
your dumb ass up.
nah,
My bad,
nah.
Manny.
Pieces of what he said was on point. When he started with the hyperbole, he lost me. You understand?
Conversations can be better than sex and
Yeah,
this, that,
like
and the other. Well, nigga, go
orgasm.
talk to somebody
And-
else. We ain't trying to hear that shit.
And yo,
Come on,
JR,
man.
you need to take that wrench away from Shan. She talking some bull.
Bro,
never mind.
He's talking like y'all got to understand that he's speaking from a biblical.
He got a
standpoint.
nice family and they beautiful.
Like, he's speaking from a biblical standpoint. He's speaking from a Christian worldview. So when he's speaking from that, he's talking about being within a marriage and how that is better than just any orgasm or going out there and just fucking on anything. I'm assuming that's what he's going off of.
Can I
don't
say
think
this,
he's.
Sweeney?
I don't think he's talking about. Hold on, real quick. I don't think he's talking about, man, like literally. Hey, you can go without sex, but as long as your wife just talking to you, having a conversation with you, y'all ain't gotta ever have sex. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's essentially preaching against premarital sex and operating outside the confines of marriage. He's talking about people shouldn't be out there fornicating. That's the message he's trying to deliver.
Niggas say that when they get older and their testosterone levels drop. Get the
What
fuck
does
out
that
of here,
what does that have to do with the message that you're
because
basically
it's bullshit. The only person
how's
I'm
it
gonna
bullshit?
listen
God
to,
tells you not to do it.
bro. The only
God
person
even
I'm gonna
tells you
listen
not to do it.
when it comes to that conversation is the motherfucker that did it. That's who I want to hear from. I want to hear from the man that says, I only had sex with my wife for my entire life. If you could fucking find him, you know what I'm saying?
Something wrong with him too. You'll find something wrong with his
like,
message.
bro, it's like you can't say.
But see, that's the thing. That's what we tell when women bring up things like that in conversations. It's like, yo, you already know the right thing to do. Just because this person may not have done it right, or this person may not have done it right, that doesn't make the information any less true. Like, why are you saying, oh, just because you did it, then I'm gonna do it? That's something, bro. We tell. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say we, but like I said, I watched this show, and all of the Lapeef shows. So I've heard all the men on here say that's some woman shit, man. Women always come with a rebuttal of, oh, you doing this and you doing this, so I'm gonna do this. No, we men, we gotta set the tone, bro.
Either
we
it's
know
right or it's wrong.
We know having exactly whether it's right or it's wrong. We know having a whole bunch of sex with a lot of different women is bad, bro. We can't sit up here and cape just because we like the fuck. Ain't nobody sitting up here saying like, oh, don't have
next to peach cobbler. What's wrong with you, young man?
You said what? What you
Having
say?
more than one is the sweetest thing next to peach cobbler. That's why you got 2 kids. You was out there. You still,
bro, but see, the thing is, my kids are born.
You still dipping dick in the streets?
My kids is 7. My kids are 7 years apart, bro.
Yo,
like,
my
cool.
good brother, keep it a buck with me. You still dipping dick in the streets?
What does that have to do with the
What does that have to do with anything, bro?
Because remember, you came in and you started with a story that was a lie. So
what was the lie? What did I? First of all, no. First of all,
you said you admitted to us you lied. You gave us a story. Did you not?
Well, what did I lie about though?
Did you not come and say I gave a fictitious story to make a point at the beginning when you came on?
I didn't say I gave a fictitious story. I was giving an example. I didn't think
I'm the book of grievances. I remember everything. You
God
substantiated a lie.
Yes. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this shit in the right. Look. If anybody thought that I was saying some shit that was like my personal life, no, I didn't do the only thing that was my personal life. I said that I have 2 sons. Like, I didn't say like.
So that mean you told us a story, yes?
Then what did I say? What was the story? What was
okay,
the story,
so
bro?
back to you, Sweeney.
No, my nigga. You gonna say I'm a liar, bro?
No,
what was the story?
Wait. You rewind the show, then come back
No,
up and
bro.
say sorry.
No. What was the story, bro? Quick.
You told
10
the
seconds. What was the
story.
story? If I'm wrong,
Okay,
if I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm wrong, bro. What was the
That's
story?
okay. For expedience, let me get to him. So when you reference the Bible, Sweeney.
Nope.
How many times within the Bible?
Man, hell no, you can't call me a liar, bro. You can't call me a liar.
I will answer your question in a bit, but I'm gonna give it back to him and let y'all have.
You can't call me a liar, bro, and try to move on like that, my nigga.
Wait,
what did I lie
at the
about?
beginning, you want me to go on this phone and
Just
find it
just
for
say
you?
it because that's taking up a lot of time, bro. You could just say
Because
it.
you
10
could
seconds.
stop and say, yeah, you substantiated a
Tell him
lie.
what he
You said you
said.
made a point after you called me a woman.
It's because he can't remember what he said.
Just tell him what he said so we can address it.
Hey, bro, you could just say what I think. You know, all of this time that just went by, you could have just said what I said.
Young man, you said you watched this show. I'm a guy that bring up stuff for months.
What did I say, bro?
The only thing that he said was that he had sex the other day or something like that, and he said that he was using that as an example.
Hold on, I'm about to.
No. Wait. Everybody mute up. Except this.
Wait, what happened?
Go ahead.
So I'm assuming the only thing that he said that he made up. You can't hear me.
No, it's we get a lot of not feedback, but it's
underwater.
It sounds like I'm underwater.
I think that's the actual show itself, because all of y'all sound like it.
Yo,
Is it better now?
can you hear me?
Go ahead,
1,
Viz.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yo.
No.
I think it's I think it's Viz.
I think it's Law. Hey, Law, mute up.
Nope. Still bad.
I'm a back on.
Let me see. Maybe I'm getting some reverb on my end. Hold on.
Yo, it was Viz. It was Viz.
Was it Viz?
Yeah.
Our sound.
Okay.
Our
Yeah, it's
sound.
better. Yeah, it's better now. That was Viz.
So yeah, what did I say, bro? Just say what I said. 15 seconds, bro. Say what I said.
Man, Gucci let nobody fight. New guy, he man, you better leave the Gucci alone, man. Don't mess with the Gucci, man. You been watching it way too long.
I'm just saying he called me a liar, bro. You can't call me a liar and then move on.
Man bully you, man.
You can't call me a liar and then move on, bro. You can't.
he already bullied Sweeney, he already bullied Viz. Now you're gonna be another victim, I see.
No, leave that shit at Sweeney.
No, I was about to say you ain't never bullied me. That ain't never happened.
No, hey, but look, the only thing that the man said that he was lying about was him having sex the day before or something like
But
that.
I didn't say I was lying. I was just like it was like
you
an
said,
example.
you said that you was using that as a story, as an example.
That's not him being a liar, though.
That's not me being a liar.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way that Kenny would. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
That's the only way that
I
he
was
would
saying
think.
I was saying even if I had sex the other day, I could, and if I was telling my son or somebody, like, you could still tell somebody that. I wasn't saying I literally had sex the other day and I'm telling y'all that. That's come on, bro.
Right, there's a difference between giving that hypothetical situation and
come on, man. You smarter than that, my nigga. And you always try to catch somebody up, man. Be quicker than that next time. It's okay, buddy.
I am quicker. You wait. Put your head in the scrunchie, run around the block. Your mouth said I lied about that.
He said hypothetically, man.
Okay.
I didn't say I lied, bro. I didn't say I lied.
Okay, could we get
And if I
past
did, and if
explaining-
I didn't say I lied, bro. Come on now.
Yes, you
Be
did.
smart.
All right, y'all. We can hash
All
that
right.
out on the back end. Let's want to get
All
back to the topic.
I do want to touch on what dude was talking about. Now, even though I do agree that was a bunch of foolishness, but what I'm assuming that he was aiming towards highlighting is the intimacy of holding hands and caking and having a conversation, the fulfillment of the intimacy over the physical release of the orgasm. I can only assume that that's what he was referring to.
between man and wife. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, that sounds crazy, man. I don't give a shit what they talking about holding goddamn hands. Fuck that shit. I love releasing in my wife. I ain't got no fucking problem. What he talking
Let's
about?
go.
About hold hands and all that shit's better. No, it's not.
Conversation.
I'm gonna roll my big ass over after I release and go to bed. Shit, I'm good. There ain't nothing better than that. I don't know what he talking about. But as for my man Coley, are you gonna let your sons have girlfriends? Because you know, if you allow your sons to have girlfriends, you open them up for a possibility of premarital sex. You realize
Hey,
that,
look,
right?
I'm not. Like I said before, I'm not the no sex police. I got the same ideology as M. White. I think men and women are different. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't just blatantly tell I wouldn't blatantly tell my sons and my daughter the two different things. But it's like, yeah. I wouldn't. The thing is, I would let them know. I would let them know that they shouldn't be having sex for sure. But I would brace them with the tools necessary that if it came upon them, that they would be ready. They would be prepared. You know what I'm saying? But I would let them know that.
Like right? You realize that, right?
Every last one of y'all been backpedaling.
I'm not
the only person who is not backpedaling is Outlaw.
The thing is,
the only motherfucker that ain't backpedaling.
Listen. I'm not backpedaling. Y'all. I'm not backpedaling. I already said that I'm not the no sex police. I already said that I was just giving an answer that's what's best for society. Y'all just be on here trying to catch somebody up in their words.
Talking like he was the no sex police.
Oh,
was
no.
talking like that.
Bro, I was
You said we should be having premarital sex. You said we should be getting wait till we get married.
That was the question. The question was, do you believe in premarital sex? And I was saying that, and bro, they could rewind what I said, but you know, I was saying that for society, the best thing for society is that no, we shouldn't be having premarital sex.
Man,
I'm not saying like no
the hell
sex
with it.
and
Do
we
what the fuck
shouldn't be
y'all
having
want
sex,
to
but
do,
you
man.
know,
That's what it sounds like. Do
And
what the
so
fuck y'all want to do.
what you said, and you went in more detail. We're thinking, okay, well, he's all for not having sex, not premarital sex. He's all about do it the right way. Wait till you get married. That's what you were saying.
no,
But
I'm
now
saying
you
that's
sitting there,
that's what's best for society, bro. I said it from the jump that I'm not the no sex police. I said
okay, but if that's best for society, your sons are part of society. It's got to be
you're
best
right.
for them too, right?
You're right.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You backpedaling, brother.
Definitely not backpedaling.
You can't tell your son something different from your daughter, bro.
I don't have daughters, but I'm definitely not backpedaling. Like I said, I would tell them they shouldn't be having sex. I already said, look, I already said I would tell them they shouldn't be having sex. The only thing different I said is that I would give them the tools necessary so they could be prepared. That's the only thing different I said.
Sweeney, you think you should give women and men the exact same advice? Like what? Like
I think when it comes to that, absolutely.
Cap.
So
When it comes to premarital sex, absolutely, you can give them both the same advice. I'm going to explain how. Again, just because we have different consequences doesn't mean that the consequences does not exist. We see the results of a degenerate society that is befallen by people having sex indiscriminately and premaritally. We see it right in front of us. We talk about it all the time. Hold on, wait.
I think that's a misconception.
No, we cannot, because the problem is because at this point we'll try to put this all on one group and say, hey, look, the reason why we experience all this is because we let the women run wild. That's not true. The men also ran wild.
But look, though, here's the thing, though. The men can't run wild the same way women can, bro. It's completely different.
You can give them
Sweetie,
both the same advice, and they like.
you
Why tell the
cannot-
women? Hold on,
Sweetie,
wait. Hold on, wait.
Look, bro, look, you can't
If you
give
tell
them the
it-
same
hold on, wait. If
advice
you tell-
because the playing field is not the same.
No, it
Right?
is. It's the playing field is
Bro, look, a
the
woman only
consequence-
has listen. A woman only has to say okay. A man has to work for it. So therefore, you teach your girls to value themselves much more because shit, half of the boys ain't gonna be able to get none.
What does
right?
that have to do with
You know what
telling
I'm
the
saying?
boys not to?
Because it's still very different, bro.
What does that have to do with them not doing it?
Listen. You tell the women not to value yourself because the boy's gonna keep trying any goddamn way, right?
Not
You know what I'm
unless
saying?
you
It's
tell them
nothing-
not to.
Shit.
If you're telling
What
them
I just
go
said
ahead,
earlier, bro.
All right,
we gonna try either way.
No, they won't.
Shit.
If
I
you
don't
tell
know,
them
nigga, that ain't-
don't, see the
I
problem
ain't
is
know.
so that means that everything boys gonna try everything anyway. So why not tell them don't go out there and pull a gun? Why not go? Don't go out there and smoke. Don't go out there and do this. You're gonna try it
That is
anyway.
not the same
No, we are
desires
no.
is that testosterone.
No,
hormone, bro.
Desire.
Their biggest influence is gonna be the peers. That's gonna be their biggest influence. I don't care what you say. Their peers are gonna be more of influence than you are at times.
So if all the
then
parents
what
are
you gonna
telling,
do?
so all the parents are telling the kids, if all parents are telling all kids this is not the right way to go about things, then all kids will understand that's not the right way to go about things.
Sound good.
Obviously,
You got
hold on, wait.
parents like
Obviously,
fuck them girls. Get them loose booties.
and that's the problem right there. You can inherently, so we can't sit here and talk about how bad society is if we're inherently creating a problem that we're inherently giving into the problem. At that point, we just fucking hypocrites.
Let me play this next clip. Hold on.
You're gonna get what you demand. You ain't gonna get what you worth. You're gonna get what you demand. And so if you in this situationship and you living together, you sleeping together, you playing house, and you're afraid to have a marriage conversation, you're gonna stay in that playing house situation. You're gonna stay right there until you wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning. And once you realize that, now you're able to sit down and have a conversation. So this is the thing now. You want more. You want marriage. You want marriage. You might want kids. Whatever it is. Why are you afraid to have that conversation? How can you want to devote your life to someone for the rest of your life and you're afraid to have a come to Jesus meeting. You're afraid to sit down and have this conversation. Cool, calm, and collected. Because now it ain't about twisting somebody's arm. It ain't about coercing somebody into marriage. It's about, this is my life. I'm giving you my life. I'm giving you my time. I'm giving you my commitment. I'm giving you my body. How am I not worthy of a ring and a commitment until death does us part? Why am I auditioning as if you are God's gift to the earth? Why am I still auditioning 12 past 18 months, past 24 months, as if you are the most special thing in the world? This the conversation that got to be had. You ain't got to say that, but you need to have this conversation like, what are we doing? And if it's, oh, I'm not ready, oh, this and that, oh, this and that, but you ready and they not ready, that means that's a strong possibility they don't want you.
Who listens to him? Like, who is
So,
his audience?
I mean,
is it,
he right in a
he
way.
got to be talking to women right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, he right in a way though.
Yeah, like when he created that situationship, he was speaking to the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that message, so like when you listening to it, just understanding that this is a message he's trying to let women know. Like you're in situationships, and here's why you in these situationships.
But
Yeah,
also,
facts. He ain't proposed because he don't like you like that. He just want the buns, or he can't afford it. Either one. He just want the buns, or he can't afford it.
I would even question at that point, is that showing the deep value of the man by continuously giving this laying with this woman and giving her his seed? So I would question, at what point are we encouraging young kings to value not only their bodies but also their seeds? I feel like I get it. I understand where Marcus and where Law is coming from, but the truth of the matter is that if we aren't teaching these young men to value themselves, to value their body, to not go out there and rack up a bunch of bodies with broads that don't even matter. You know, there's no value there. There's no intimacy there. Then what justice are we truly doing?
There's nothing that you can do more than give them the fundamentals. They're going to do what they're going to do. You can only hope that they follow your values, your morals, and your ethics. Their moral compass is completely different. I don't think the gentleman that we had up on the show like months ago that had all them 14 baby mamas and 18 kids inherently wanted to be that type of scourge within our community. I'm sure I would be optimistic to say he got at least one or two messages in his young lifetime. Yo, stay on the straight and narrow. Don't go do this. He even admitted it, that, he had the cognitive dissonance to be like, yo, I said I was going to stop after this near-death experience and, you know what, get my life right. He still went and put 11 more on the books, whatever number it is. The most you could do is do as I say, not as I do. Put the tenets out there and just hope that they follow them so that they could be productive citizens.
But I think that he will be a great example, right? So if clearly there has to be some type of not only addiction, but again also a devaluation of himself for him to continue to go out and create all these broken homes, have all these children that he's not going to be able to be there full time. I wasn't on the show, but I did catch some of it. But for him to willingly go and spread out his seed in that manner, then where's the value in that?
There's none. There's broken homes. Well, why do you call it an addiction?
I mean, if you got 14 kids by how many baby mamas? Eight baby mamas. That you
14
could
by
arguably
14 by 13 baby mamas or some shit.
14 by
14 baby
13
mamas,
different women.
14 baby
kids
mamas.
or something
You
like
can
that.
easily say that that has to be an addiction.
Is that an addiction or a?
I'm gonna argue that's just
It's an
saying different
addiction.
problems.
I thought
I would
you
say
had
it's an addiction, but
17
it's weird.
with 14 different women. I thought that's what he said.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to get I don't want to get too hung up on there. This addiction or problem. I mean, obviously, it's clearly not right because it's broken homes. But I think some interesting points are being made here because on one side we're hearing that men are adding to the problem, and then two, we complain about the women, but the men are the one that's contributing to the problem. So we just got like a circle that's going on of people just misbehaving, and it's causing this bigger problem. To like Coel's point.
Right. So peep game. I prefer to lead by example, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest grandson in my family, right? You dig what I'm saying? Look, I'm not gonna never tell them don't do this, don't do that, but just know once you do, if you do get them and have a child, you make sure you take care of it. Matter of fact, you make sure you go ahead and marry that woman if you can. You dig what I'm saying? Take care of what you create because you're gonna go out here and do it. You dig what I'm saying? And I can honestly say I've stood on that. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tell you, oh, don't go out here and try and get none, because I know you're gonna try. I know that's what's gonna happen. It's what you do after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you some shit that I can't live up to, that I wouldn't even try and live up to. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best thing that you can do.
So, like, is it possible for us to?
Yeah, and me.
Hold on. Like, is it possible for us to be able to deliver a message to our kids where they could turn out to be more disciplined than us? Or are we just throwing it in and saying because of the influence that's around, our kids are going to be like guilty by association?
No, I'm taking full
I
responsibility.
would like to say I'm not
where
sure
I
if,
want my kids to
if
be in life. The thing is, I don't want my son to be a 28, 30-year-old virgin. I don't want him to be one of the men who didn't have no experience with women and have an issue with women later on based off of that shit. I don't want that for him. And I don't want my daughters to be out here thotting. So I'm
You can
I
teach your
literally,
son to
and
be more.
and to keep it real, they mom wasn't out here thotting, got married, and I was doing my thing, and we have a great relationship. So not only do I believe in it, I'm practicing what I'm preaching, and she practicing the same thing.
But
So hold on, Sweeney. So is it more important for our sons and daughters to fit in more with society or to fit in more with the man above?
The man above, or whatever the higher power is of the family.
Because it seems like the advice that we're given is how the world is operating. It's how society is going to accept you, how society is going to look at you. But is that part of the problem, that we're teaching our kids based on earthly things instead of looking up and getting and following principles that's been laid out for the earth, so to speak?
That depends on what you subscribe to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't subscribe to religious beliefs, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is morality, the things that you create, that's something that I'm big about. Regardless of what your religion is, bro, if you out here making babies and all that, you need to be out here taking care of them. If you are a man that's not doing that, I don't respect you. We have nothing in common. There's nothing to talk about. We know we all have these natural urges to want to have sex. Well, there are consequences for such things. If you cannot uphold those consequences, then you don't need to, goddamn it, be having sex. You know what I'm saying? I don't really.
What if the consequences change? What if society collectively say we don't give a shit that people are out there having babies indiscriminately?
I don't give a fuck about them. I'm talking about
the
morals that I stand on.
But you get how that
family.
No, but you get how if everybody has their own moral compass or no moral compass at all, how that inherently creates a problem where you're automatically contributing to the problem. So when you say, all right, so when we say, all right, it's okay for my son to behave this way because I know this is I don't want him to be this way or I don't want him to be viewed this way. So go out there and do what you got to do. And I can't tell you not to do it, even though I know it may be wrong, because I've done it before. Then you're inherently contributing to the problem. And then to say, all right, well, morally, I believe that you should move this way. Well, morally, that person may believe they can move that way. And then morally, that person can move that way. And then, I mean, what's to say when women done deviated from what is moral? They're out there telling we sit here and tell women till they blue in the face, hey, it's wrong for you to sit out here and tell your daughters that it's okay for them to do what they gonna do. But what they're basically doing is the same thing we're doing with our sons is, hey, look, throw caution to the wind. It don't matter. Your friend's gonna influence you faster than I do. So I might as well get out in front of it and tell you how to do it rather than not to do it.
I think the crux of this argument is the needful comparison to make men and women equal or to make sons and daughters the same. They just not, bro. Like, and that's what we're gonna fundamentally.
Even if they're not, it both of them still contribute to the issue because even if we made that argument, right?
Which issue specifically are you talking about?
Premarital sex, babies out of wedlock, degenerate promiscuous behavior, short-term relationships, short-term marriages. So
I did all the things that you're talking about and got a healthy long-term relationship.
You did, but what does the number say?
Hold on, Law.
Yeah, but
you did most
you can't
of the stuff we're talking about too, right? You have a healthy long relationship. Hink, you did most of the stuff we talking about, right? And you have a healthy long relationship.
Sure.
You did most of the stuff we talking about, and you have a healthy long relationship. Sherm, everybody on here pretty much did that, and they have a result that's similar. Men
that may be true, but if you look at across the board, we have a 30% marriage rate. Most of the kids are born out of wedlock and don't have two parents in the household. That you can't look at 9 people on this panel and say, hey, look, we did it the right way because we got lucky. And then look at the rest of the world and be like, hey, we gotta show a blind eye to that. There's a reason why the way that we've been moving has been creating the results that we've been seeing as a societal whole. I'm looking at the macro, not the micro.
Whether they're gonna have a long-lasting, happy relationship. How does that determine that? It doesn't at all.
I can tell you, I can tell you there was a period in time where men were held accountable for the behavior that they had, and that they were held to certain standards and certain practices that were deemed right versus wrong, and they had a better society.
What time period was that?
Early 20s, 30s, 40s?
No, they had brothels. Men was having sex outside the marriage.
No, they were not.
Yes, they were
not.
Yeah, prostitution, the oldest profession in the book.
Just because doesn't mean that men were doing. It does not mean that men were actively practicing it in mass. And it was still, and even if that was the case, it was still looked down upon. Wasn't nobody out there saying, "Hey, go out there and fuck when you want to." Nobody. They were not preaching that.
Sweeney. So hold on. All I said, Sweeney, when you were growing up, men didn't tell you like, hey, Sweeney, go out there, fuck something, hit this, get as much pussy as you can. You didn't hear none of that as a black man growing up in the inner city.
Yes, you did. I heard it all the time.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's
how we wound up here.
And then, but I will also say this.
They didn't use it. Nobody, even if that was the case that men were doing it, nobody was sitting there championing it and telling men it was okay. It was still
they were
down upon. No, they were not.
Yes, they were, bro.
No, they were not.
Bro. So I never heard an older man. I never heard an older man tell me to go out and go. Rack up bodies. The only
never heard the term. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
The only
you never heard that.
The only time that I did hear that it was from my immediate peers. Now let's bring it back because we're on King's Talk, right? So if we just a couple weeks ago we were talking about how everybody agreed that there was a 20% average of good women or marriageable women out there, right?
I didn't say that. My number was vastly higher.
Well, yeah, no, I agree because mine was higher than everybody else's as well.
The overall was 30.
No, everybody else said 20. Well, Marcus said
So
40,
how did
50.
you just
I
say
said
we agreed on the 20%? Marcus gives you a differentiate, and you said, no, I agree with
Being
you now.
pedantic, bro. You're being
I
pedantic.
never said that. You only hearing what you want to hear. If you be quiet and allow for me to finish, then you can intake all of it. All right. So Marcus clearly he said 40 to 50. I said 30. Everyone else said 20. So I'm just giving the average of what everybody else said. Everybody else said there's 20%. So if we as kings, right, we're supposed to be giving this information to young men as kings who's supposed to value themselves. So we're telling these young men to go out and be promiscuous with the other 80% that's scallywags. That doesn't make sense to me.
So why are you saying premarital sex is the reason why these women are not marriageable? It's not because of premarital sex. It's because their attitude is bad. They don't carry themselves in a respectful manner. They disrespectful. That's not the reason why, because they had sex 1 or 2 times, or they had 2 different partners. Dudes,
What they had
look,
10,
dudes are
20,
marrying hoes.
30.
Dudes
like, I
are
think,
marrying
well,
hoes.
he,
Go ahead.
I think he's
No, you
saying
can't.
that
Yeah, no, Hank, you can't say that because that's going to affect it directly.
Like, I think what Biz is saying that it's still creating traumatic experiences in some cases. It may not be all right. Some people may just be loose booties, right? But I think that
Shout out to the
if the outcome is a failure, then that can play into her next relationship or her outlook as far as how she hate men. I mean, we've seen some internet stuff where there have been some public breakups and they hated the man or the man hated the woman or they hated women. Like, they speech changed. Everything changed because now they've been done wrong. So I think Viz is making a valid point as far as sex being a factor. It may not be the only factor, but to Sweeney's point, is it contributing to broken homes?
Hank, how
So
many?
I
How
can
many?
agree
Wait,
with these
Hank, I got a question.
if these women was being cheated on. I could agree with that. If the women's being cheated on because they went out and the dude they was with decided he want to get out there loose with some more loose booty instead of his main loose booty, I can understand that. But most of these relationships are not breaking up just because somebody's cheating. It's because somebody was felt disrespected. They may be doing other things. Financially, they don't want to keep doing 50-50. She got a slick mouth and he just got tired of dealing with her goddamn mouth. She was being disrespectful. There's multiple reasons why they broke up. Ain't got nothing to do with her having premarital sex. I don't think so. Now maybe there are.
I mean, but then
I'm
I would say all of us
Hank,
can
but
agree by
Hank, we gotta
experience
keep it a buck here. That absolutely influences it. So with you admittedly being a man whore at one point, how many scallywags hearts have you broken over the years?
I choose not to disclose the amount.
So just imagine at some point.
My wife is watching.
So no, but Vince, hold on.
Hey, but look, my point of that is at some point, Cowell, I forgot it. Cowell, he just may have came across the very scallywag heart that you done broke. Now he got to deal with her, and now she's a tarnished woman, right? So that's adding to the whole thing that everybody is complaining about.
So, but
No,
this
deal
goes
with
where
it.
the discernment.
Go
I mean,
deal with
exactly.
it.
He should deal with it, but beyond that, so Viz, look, the ability to look at the woman that you say is the scallywag and not be able to recognize that is a product of not dating and dealing with women. Because if you don't, if you can't recognize the signs, they'll clearly get past you. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have to date her if he understands that. And the only women who heart I broke was the ones when I was younger that I led on in the wrong direction. In this new generation, they don't have to lie to these women like that and kind of make it seem like it's gonna be more of a relationship than, you know what I'm saying? by dealing with women, you learn how to navigate that shit effectively, so you can communicate your intentions clearly. Like, hey, this is what I'm okay with. This is what I'm not okay with. All of these things are skills that they just don't come to you. They gradually acquire through
Do you have to have
repetition.
sex to earn those skills?
You don't necessarily have to have sex to earn that in that particular portion, but so you don't be going off the deep end crazy behind sex and acting a way and being a stalker and shit. Like, women have a saying, I don't want to be his first bad bitch. I don't know if y'all ever heard of women say that shit before, but what they inferencing or what they referencing is this: that men who don't deal with women of their caliber act a fucking fool, fall in love, do all of this extra shit, and it's impossible to be in a relationship with him because of those things.
But all right, so and here's the thing though, and I just seen your comment where you said in the chat that basically the men with the experience don't necessarily run into these problems, right? True. The men who have experience with women are the ones that contribute to the problem though. They may not complain about the problem because they're not having an issue. If my goal is to smash as many women as I want, as many as I can, don't give a fuck about what comes from it, I got plenty of experience with women. I know how to talk to them. I know how to get them out their drawers. I know how to move them the way I want to move them. The problem is there's always a person on the other side of that. And so while me personally, the one that can bag all of them, don't have an issue, I leave a trail of problems in my wake after I move on. So me personally, the one with the experience don't have the problem, but I leave issues behind me with a bunch of people. That's why I keep saying that we're inherently contributing to the problem. When I'm not sitting here saying that we don't tell our sons that the world exists and this is how you have to navigate the world because this is how people are going to behave. This is how you protect yourself. But as men, we still supposed to tell them right from wrong. If it's wrong to do it, tell them that it's wrong. Tell them don't do it. Tell them like that should be the first message is not to do it. But here's how you protect yourself. I don't get how we're glossing over that part.
What I'm saying is, in regards to boys, not only do I think they should do it, I think it's necessary for a form of development. That's been my whole stance this entire time.
To have sex is necessary for development?
Again, to deal with and experience women, and sex is also a part of that. I think it's, in my personal opinion, this is just me, not what I personally believe, that it is necessary for men to experience that. I personally believe it, and I'm doing it. I'm doing a juxtapose from the men I knew who did not have relationships with women, like they just couldn't get them, and the men who did. And there is a vast difference in the way they are able to communicate, associate, and be around women.
What about the women behind? What about the women after they moved on?
That's why I spoke specifically to when I was younger and I didn't understand how to make sure I laid a foundation that this would not be moving forward. Like we're not going to be.
So I would like to make a point. Like both of y'all could be right in your own right, because me personally, I've seen a lot of success stories by women that were hoes that got married, women that were virgins that got cheated on and don't have anybody, men that were hoes that got married, men that didn't get no hoes still can't get no hoes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like each scenario makes sense to me, because the most of my homeboys that had, you know, hoes growing up, as one would say, they're married with children now. And then there's some that have some that don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not really like a formula that'll lead to what we're talking about. It's like whatever you hold is valuable as a man, you're gonna hold on to that. Whatever somebody else hold that makes them, you know, everybody got different ways to sharpen their sword. Because to Viz's point, I personally don't tell. Yeah, I'll be like, look, man, try to get one girl, bro. Like, that's all you need. You don't need to go out there wasting your time, focus on the bread, do you? And that's contrary to how I grew up for, like, you know, men at that time in my neighborhood. How many bitches you fuck? I fuck more bitches than you. Mm-hmm. And that was like your manhood. Like, man, I conquered pussy, nigga. Like, I'm that nigga, bro. I fucked 3 bitches last week. You know, these are real conversations that they have at that young age. But then there's also the same dude that's like, man, I got my girl, you know, I'm studying, I'm in college, I'm doing my thing. You like, oh, brother, that's good. A lot of this shit could be good depending on their perspective and like where you're coming from. You know, some dudes can be players, some dudes can be married. We don't fucking know. But I can agree with almost everybody's point, that was speaking, because I personally seen shit happen. Like, if a girl wasn't a hoe, she probably don't know how to suck dick that well. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way the hoe sucked dick because she got the most skills and she dealt with the man and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Everybody's value was different. Like, dudes divorce their wives and get with Playboy models, and the richest man in the richest black man in America divorced his black wife and married a ex Playboy bunny, a white Playboy bunny. You know what I'm saying?
But Sherm, that only happens because he's been exposed to the scallywags. You know what I'm saying? He done built up a database in order to compare. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, she don't do the two-hand joint. She don't twist it. So you know what I'm saying? This one gotta go. I gotta go get me the twist one. You know what I'm saying? And now you're caught up with a chick that probably ain't even compatible for you. All she do is just twist you up, and now you miserable.
I mean, that might be what you value, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you value that, that's on you. I'm pretty sure, some men got experience that's better. That's better than they man.
I ain't gonna lie
to you.
I'm
saying
saying
that they probably married.
If you leave your good wife because a bitch know how to do the pepper cracker method, bro, your values.
I have no doubt in my mind that shit probably happened, bro.
If you divorce your wife,
lady, you know that happens
because one chick in your life knew how to do the pepper cracker method. Your morals and values are all fucked up. You
got to teach them anyway.
Hey, but look. Marcus, I agree with what you're saying, man, because experience is definitely the best teacher, right? But I think one of the advantages that we can all point out that you have, you tall as hell, you play ball, you an athlete, so that's a plus over the majority of men, right? So other men that are going through that experience of them developing that, other men that are developing that experience with women, at what cost is that coming at? You know what I'm saying? Because I can say I've had a fairly good experience with women, but there are definitely some experiences that I could have easily avoided if I wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, just out there, type shit.
Did you learn something from it though? You know what I'm saying? You got to go through those experiences to know better, bro.
But the thing is, I agree. But the thing is, Law, I knew better while going through while doing it.
So
That's the thing, man.
Hey, Vince, was you a fat kid?
No.
Okay.
Some experiences don't need to be had, brother. Sometimes you don't have to do certain shit.
But listen, what did he say though? Hold on, look. He clearly said he knew better, but what? What do you think was the driving force for you to keep going anyway?
The flesh. The same thing that we're telling men to ignore.
Right, because it's crazy.
That's the problem, bro.
We're looking at it through rose-colored glasses because that testosterone is going to push you either way.
It's not rose-colored glasses, bro. That's me speaking from experience.
Okay. So I got a story about my aunt, me talking to my aunt, having a conversation or whatever about a situation with a woman, blah, 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 right? And I basically bullshitted her about what I would do and what I'm not doing. And she looked at me and she said, Sherm, I knew your daddy and I knew your grandfather. I know what it is. Don't bullshit me. You know what I'm saying? So the way I'm looking at it is like some shit, it's like inherited. You know what I mean? Like you really can't fight that shit. So if you know that within you, you have to teach your son a way to like manage the way you were in the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ever tell my son, hey man, don't get no pussy, man. You don't want that shit. It comes back. He going to be like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Okay, so
the way I feel in my body, I'm gonna make this shit happen.
Right. Okay, so I want to ask this question then, like, what keeps men in check? And you get guys can ask personally now that you are married, like, what keeps you in check?
shit, you gotta marry somebody you like fucking with. That's at the end of the day.
Nah,
You know
that
what I
ain't what he
mean?
at.
Like you
That
have
ain't
to
what he
marry
at.
your type of woman. If you marry your type of woman, you shouldn't have any problem by default. Like, you know, like say if I'm, you know, I'm my cousin, I will use him for an example, right? You know what type of woman your cousin look like. You know what I mean? So if you see your cousin like, man, I'm talking to this girl, whoop de whoop whoop, right? And she's like tall and skinny, and I know him, I'm gonna be like, come on, my nigga, you already know you like the short, thick ones, bro. Like, what are you doing over here? You know what I mean? Why don't you get one that's more of your phenotype? You know, ass, all that thick. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna be straight. Like when I got with mine, my cousin wasn't fucking surprised. He was like, man, that's it. I know when he seen that, he was all on that. Get
Yeah,
what
but
you like,
still,
bro.
but you can still get what you like, and you still go through some trying times. Like,
I mean, you can, but then it's like it's that can
right? So then,
very
like,
well
what?
happen with
So,
anybody.
so
But
then, if
more than
it's
likely, we always have to have a more than likely cause when it comes to life because we all could fall short. Niggas will be like, man, my girl will never do this or I will never do, but you never know. So it's like if I don't want a woman to go out and hang out with her friends and, you know, more than likely be a whore, I can't date a woman that I meet in a club that likes to go clubbing. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? Because I'm
but if
preventing
it's
that.
in men's nature to go and hunt and do these things, what keeps you in check now?
You,
That
bro,
You
that
got to
wouldn't.
channel that energy.
I know for me, one of my wife keeps me sexually satisfied. So as long as she keeps me sexually satisfied like she's been doing, hey, I ain't got to go nowhere. I'm good. I'm stay right at home.
Yeah, I'm good too for this reason. There's nothing I can't ask and get. So she know who I am and I know who she is. So whatever I'm trying to do, she with me. We together.
Y'all know what's funny, and I'm not even a religious person, but the Bible literally tells y'all this. Like everything you need, everything is right there in the Bible. It tells your wife, do whatever your man needs you to do, and be that open and be open and all of that. It tells us what we should and shouldn't do. So when I get it that we're talking about of the worldly and all of that, and man, law just had a chat in the back. So I get that we're arguing this from a world perspective, right, and a reality perspective. But if we're gonna sit here and say what's right and what's wrong, all of this stuff is already there's a reason why we were told that you still need to be chast, that you still need to be disciplined. You shouldn't be out there operating the way that we're operating. It's because I truly believe this is how we wound up here. How this country wound up here is because of the very thing that we're talking about right now, which is go out there and do your thing indiscriminately. There's no checks and balances because JR asked a very good question. He said, what keeps men in check? And honestly, based off of what I've been listening to on this panel, they ain't shit to keep men in check. We just said they're gonna do what they want to do. So we might as well just tell them how to know.
Bro, anybody's gonna do what they want to do, bro. Like that goes for any human being in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Sweeney,
But you
What's up?
can't be. I'm just not a naive person, so I come with a realistic point of view of everything.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna teach my daughters as soon as they become an age and can understand me about safe sex and doing this and doing that. Like I'm not gonna be like, because it's my daughter, she's not gonna be fucking like the majority of girls when you was in high school. Come on, bro. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like it might happen. It may not happen a bunch of times, but it can happen a few times. But we can't act like, you know, I just don't know why motherfuckers be acting brand new. Like people were fucking in middle school. You know what I'm saying? That could very well be anybody's daughter that don't fucking tell you.
That's an outlier though. The middle school thing. But
yeah, what was your question here?
So that mean a fine ass woman come up in your salon, say, Sweeney, I know that's your wife. She whispering in your ear, but I'm gonna put you on my budget, $50K a month. I'm gonna need that. But you gotta like, you know, tell her beat it.
I'm telling that bitch to get the fuck out of my shop.
Your wife watching?
No.
All right. Respect. I gotta respect it.
That's a wild ass question to ask.
Wait, Sweeney, is it wild or I spun the block?
Now look, now he spun the block, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It goes back to what I said earlier. Even if, let's say, for the sake of argument, even if I said, okay, realistically, we would be realistic about it. You just don't say that type of shit. Just like I told her, hey, look, sometimes motherfucker got to learn how to. You just don't say that type of shit.
Hey, Sweeney, man, just shut up, man.
You lying?
Just shut up, man.
I'm telling y'all that. I'm telling y'all.
Hey, could I like send most of the money back home?
No, it's all yours. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it.
Nah, but I wouldn't feel right, Joe. That's my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just leave with the 50 a month and just that's it. I'm at least kick back like 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was going.
Nah, man, don't do that to your wife, bro.
Let's put
tell that bitch, in all seriousness, tell that bitch to beat it, bro.
Wait.
And I'm talking about. I don't care about the person. I'm talking about that 50 a month. Like, she might be like, well, can you come visit every
yo,
now
some dude's wife might be like, nigga, you better get that 50,000.
Right.
Well, if you got a woman
Keeping it
saying
real.
that, then shit, probably 9 out of 10, you probably not with the right woman.
Right. You got to tell that, hey, look, I'm
Man,
be
your
real
wife
with you.
might prostitute you if she knew that you
Tell
was
that chick to beat it, bro.
She'll probably turn into
y'all
your
hear
pimp.
this shit? Y'all hear this shit? This is right from wrong. The right thing to do is tell that bitch to beat it. But here y'all go saying, hey, look, but the reality is, dog, it's still 50K, bro. No,
All right, so look, no, listen, 50K a month.
Tell that chick to beat it, bro.
But look, all right, how about this?
You also the man that sit there and said, sometimes you gotta lie. So, dog, come on, man.
Well, I'm gonna say
Which
this.
Sweeney are we talking about?
Hold on.
Telling the truth.
I'm telling you, I would tell that chick to beat it.
JR trying to say
So that's the
straight
Sweeney
face.
line
I'm
right
telling
there.
that.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm telling you to tell that chick to beat it. Miss Hank, Mrs. Hank, you hear me? Hey, tell Hank. I'm telling Hank too. Tell that chick to beat it.
Trying to get at you.
Oh, what's up?
No, I was just gonna say that I had this thing where I don't like to put anything on earth on the pedestal, even include money. I understand money is a tool, and I'm with it. You know, I mean, I want the money, right? But I don't just like to put anything on the pedestal, whether it be a human, money, like materialistic things. I just don't want to put it on the pedestal. So I understand what money can buy, but I will hope you guys would have chose a wife that has a lot more to offer, more than money. That money just can't buy, right? And if you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what if the scenario? Y'all remember the movie Indecent Proposal?
Hey, come on, Law,
right?
man.
Now listen.
Listen.
What if it's the 50 a month, but she just your wife's got to agree to rent you out, just a couple times a month. Listen,
say what?
Yeah.
See, Law, you hear how you inherently start to create problems by making it like you think your wife gonna go for renting you out for the next man
for 50K a month?
Unless you got a polyamorous wife that believes in polyamory.
All right, Hank.
Lapeef Network can start being movies. He start being the movies.
Yeah. Either we right or we wrong, fellas. That's all.
I don't know.
We gonna err on the side of right or we gonna err on the side of wrong.
Got you, Sweeney. Don't talk about it. I got you.
All right. Well, it was coming to it. Let me get to these super chats real quick. AP, accountability partner, $5 says, Law, thank you, Arya and Marcus. Point for me. So to the panel, no more dishonestly. Coil, even to make a point.
Man, that nigga takes beat off anyway, man. Everybody listening to him, man.
Kelly Cook $5 says, my mama knew. My breastfeeder stole my first time. She be mad. Not my high school sweetheart, a cougar. Got to take it to the grave. My bad, mama. Ooh.
Damn.
Prophecy the Savior, $10 says, here is the thing. Majority of young men of today not having kids. I think the young men are taking the advice at hand. Look at the statistics. The birth rate in America is at an all-time low.
That's why they did the My Choice, My Body
to the platform. I did have one more clip. I'm just gonna play this clip on the outro, man, and y'all can check it out. I want to thank everybody.
The back check.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it ain't too long, so yeah. I mean, if y'all want to stick around, that's fine. I was gonna play it. I was gonna play it, but we just ain't gonna just debate about it. All right, here we go.
Marriage.
Oh shit.
A woman gonna have a period. She could come off a period and catch pneumonia or the flu.
No, we ain't gotta play this, bro.
And be sick for 2 weeks.
Hey, I don't, man, bro. Why that man talking like that, bro?
Yeah,
That's not what accent is that, bro? What accent is that? That ain't Southern. That ain't Western, New York.
Hey, Sweeney, he sounded like he was in that Thirsty Thursday party,
bro. Bro, I don't trust nobody.
So now, just like that, and she could come off of that sickness and go through a migraine headache, go through a migraine spell for the next 7 days.
He at that party in the back.
She could come off that.
Hey, he damn near talk like
and now she out of
like
it for another
chick,
week or 2 weeks.
Priscilla.
She can come off that and get laid off a job.
Period I, period period.
You can go
I'm saying, listen to the pattern of how he speaks. He damn near talk like the Priscilla.
Yeah, his cadence.
People having strokes.
His cadence and his tone is like Priscilla.
Heart failure.
Yeah.
You got death in the family. You got loss of job. You got so many different stressors. There's couples that have sex twice a year.
Twice.
Hey, bro, I don't disagree. God damn, bro.
It is
what's that
imperative that you learn how to abstain. See, I didn't.
Man, he gay. He gay, bro.
Bro, that's
Before
not
marriage,
texting.
That dude is gay, bro, and he just using this to cover up his gayness.
Your life is
Hey,
going
don't say that out. Don't say that out loud, bro. That's
and you got
not on Lapeef Network.
Waking up this early in the morning, you going here, you going there,
Hey,
you
he
doing
might-
this,
he
you
might
doing
come
that.
on
You got
here.
all this stuff going
Man,
on.
that's what it is, bro.
You
You
got
can tell
all
off
this
his
stuff
mannerisms.
going on.
You got to protect the sanctity of the
Listen.
channel, man.
Oh, you're my fault. I'm just saying, bro.
like
You
this
can tell.
right
You can tell off his mannerisms, bro.
You got to learn how
You
to
got
abstain.
at least say it in code, like
This time, the
the
woman gonna want it, and
this
the
the
man
new
ain't
code
gonna
word.
feel it.
He was
The
part of
man
that
got
Thirsty
something going
Thursday.
on. The man can have drinking too many Mountain Dews can have erectile dysfunction. ED.
What is he talking about?
Nigga, that 90s rumor.
I done coach situations where
What?
the women
Jesus.
have this type of thing to where like inside of their thing it feel like
talking about, man?
any type of
But Jill, you making
anything
it suffer?
touching.
What's
They
going
have
on
very
here?
sharp,
God.
excruciating pains.
I couldn't get it out, bro. I can't.
Inside of they thing.
No, but you know what he's.
nigga off.
But you know what he's doing though. That's how
anytime
you
you
know
get
that his
touched, it's
audience is mostly
excruciating
women
pain.
though, because women will listen to this and eat it up.
And so
You're like,
what is
yeah,
the man to
that's
do?
exactly how we feel.
Love everything about that woman.
But no,
but that one
it is
thing.
kind of weird that
What, he gotta go cheat?
he's a pastor and he's creating
You
content.
gotta know
like
how to
this.
abstain.
Well, actually, that kind of
man.
explains the
And
words
with
that he's
those
using.
women,
there.
it takes a
was a
lot of
pastor
time.
too.
Like you gotta,
You say
you may
what?
have to tongue
JR?
kiss for
Murder
30
Mace
minutes
was a pastor too.
for them to really, for their body to all the way relax.
Mace.
So it's
Trev,
like
what up?
every, so
Hey,
ain't no
Trev,
ain't
what's
no
up, bro?
Well, thank you, ma'am. Ain't no Christian Grey.
Hey, Trev, you
50
gotta hit me.
Shades
Let
of
me
Grey.
know what
Ain't
it's
all
like
of
over
that.
there.
Ain't all of
Hey.
that. Very mild, very innocent, very cutesy, very
Cutesy.
Better not say
demure.
demure. Oh my
Ain't
God.
all that extra going on over here. And so you got to understand that. And so that's why you have to realize that if you can't abstain in dating, you're gonna have to learn sometime. So it'd be better to learn in dating so that you could prove to yourself that you still love this person through abstinence. Because marriage gonna put it on you. And if you
Bro.
say you want to be faithful and you don't want to be in no affair, then you need to know you love this person enough that in seasons where the intercourse and the action is not readily available,
Man, don't put me in a
you
circle with
able to
this
stand on
man,
your
bro.
vows and still be there, 10
I
toes
wouldn't-
down.
I wouldn't put one dime in his collection plate. I'm like, nigga, if
You know
don't
what?
move,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even
your
say whether I
hussy
disagree
ass.
or agree with whatever he said because I couldn't get past the accent, bro. I don't know what the fuck he was saying, bro. I can't get past the accent. That I don't. That
His voice.
shit
Hold on, where
His
you from,
voice.
Sweeney?
from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Man, that
Listen,
nigga, he an Indian animal. He ain't from
Man, man,
Chicago.
don't disrespect me like that, man. I'm from the east side.
That nigga an Indian animal, man. He ain't from
I'm
Chicago.
both. I'm both.
I'm an Indiana.
I'm both.
He an Indiana.
Hey,
You
hey,
don't be
don't
doing the
disrespect.
dance,
I ain't
do
never
you?
no damn Indian animal, bro. Not that fucking dance, bro. That shit was disrespectful. That's the Indianapolis nigga shit, bro. That's that Naptown shit.
All right, hit the like button. Also, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for supporting the channel as always. We out.